What is going on, friends, family, and fellow resellers? I'm Tom, the Queen City Picker, and I want to welcome you to episode 13 of Let's Talk About It. And what we're going to talk about is the changes to Posh, which I think is really interesting. Deb and I have been, for probably the last 30 minutes, looking through the new categories. But before we start that, let's talk about the people that's on the panel. We have Deb. How are you doing tonight, Deb?
I'm doing good. How are you, Tom?
I'm doing good. And we have Kathy and Marcel. How are y'all doing tonight?
Good. How are you?
Pretty
Doing good. That's a fine-looking new do you got there, Kathy.
Thank you. I had to get out of the purple. Lupus Awareness Month is ending today, so we're back.
And the blank square is Glenn, the swamp picker, and he's eating dinner right now. He'll be back shortly. So everybody that is in the chat, if you could just do a quick hi so we'll know who's all in there. Hey, South Texas Picker.
Hey,
Good to see you.
Hey, Summer.
And Summer.
Oh, Carol.
Hey, Carol.
Oh, thanks, Carol.
And Carol.
She tagged me in.
So.
Hey, sister. Thank you.
we just sporting our heritage.
I know we're sporting our hairs tonight. You ain't talking about nothing else.
I am too. Look at this mom.
I know.
Hallelujah hair.
I went outside and picked up Sasha at the theater. A friend of his went to see Endgame or End whatever with
Iron
Man. The Marvel people. And I felt like I was going to suffocate before I got back into the to the house. I got the air conditioner in that in that SUV just cranked down. Roberta's like, I'm freezing in here. I'll throw a blanket in here for our next trip then.
That's kind of, but as soon as we get in ours is on full blast.
It's a Saturn Outlook, which is the size of an Ford Explorer, that kind of size. All that glass, it just lets all that heat in.
Yeah.
So anyway, Poshmark has released their new categories.
Yay!
Yeah.
And of course, they're wanting new or like new items. And just looking through, hey Jennifer, looking through the list of items, Deb and I were going down through it. It just about covers everything on eBay except for like automotive, plumbing, those kind of really hard goods. Motorcycle helmets, with the shipping rate of just, what is it, $7 or with some change or whatever for priority mail up to £5.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if people are not going to just slap everything that they can slap on in those categories up there, especially stuff that would normally run $15 to ship because it's £4 or whatever. Yeah. So what's y'all's thoughts on it?
I think it's great because we can put more stuff on. Like Carol just said, I've started listing Christmas stuff on Posh already. I was doing that too today.
That's a good idea.
Hey,
I've got some ornaments. I'm trying to do like the ornaments, like I guess they would be the things that would probably sell better is stuff that came in the boxes already, or stuff that is, doesn't look like it's been used and abused.
Right.
Well, I looked at some of the Christmas ornaments and they're not in boxes, but they look like, they as you say, they're not used and abused.
Yeah. I mean, if you take a nice picture, because that's the whole thing, like Poshmark wants you to really like do a nice picture up. If you do a nice picture up of it, it will be fine.
Mm-hmm. I think it gives us another avenue to kind of move some other product and get other seen, because a lot of people don't like Macari, but they like Poshmark. So I think that just kind of, opens that up for everything. Yep. And you're going to have people that are going to put stuff up there that's not supposed to be up there.
Right.
But they've been doing it before when it was just closed.
Right.
Yeah.
So what difference is it going to make now? We're just going to have to keep doing what we've been doing. I mean, eBay's the same way. People put up stuff that they're not supposed to. It happens. You know, we're not the police, but they have a platform that let them take care of it.
Oh yeah, like Carol said, plus with eBay doing dimensional shipping, this is a good alternative. Yeah, definitely.
Hey, blended whiskey. Yeah, I agree with that. Exactly. I think it's going to be a good thing either way. And like you said, with the extra shipping, if it's something over the 5 pounds or 6 pounds or whatever it is, you just have to pay for the additional shipping charge. So.
And this is also good for some of the people that maybe do retail arbitrage that don't send it in to FBA. They can, or even if they have returns that come back,
right.
You know, they can put it up on Poshmark.
No, we would not even close.
No, not really.
We never mention bad things. No, I'm kidding. We've heard the stories, Craig. We've heard them. Not.
I'm just, curious to know how many people are not on Posh now because it was all closed. They've got this other option to list stuff on. Hey, Craig, how are you doing tonight? Whether they'll start listing stuff over there.
Yeah, because like you said, a lot of people don't do the clothes.
Right.
5 pounds is a lot. Is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think you get people that'll try it, but I think it'll be the sharing thing will drive people away.
I don't think that's going to be around very much longer.
No,
because once it gets out there that you can go to Poshmark and buy something that you want, and you're not going to spend 20. If it's below the 5 pounds, you're not going to be paying $20 for shipping or whatnot. I just think that's going to send people going to Posh looking for a Mickey Mouse Christmas ornament, Hable Espanol, whatever. I just think people are going to start using the search function and pulling that stuff because if you got, I don't even, is there a maximum that you can list on Posh?
No.
I don't think so, no.
Well, if you got a 600 or 700 items, are you going to sit there and just share all that stuff every day or other day or
every 2 hours? Hell no.
Every 2 hours.
What some people do is they go and they share the category. So like if it's just like kids stuff, they'll just share the kids stuff.
Yeah, for that party that's happening at that time. Yeah, a lot of people.
And they said that the last party is like the best party of the day to share.
Yeah,
because that's when the most people are watching.
And well, see, that's my fear too. It costs nothing to list there now, but my fear is that eventually there's going to be some type of fee because they're adding too many categories too quick.
Well, they're getting 20% at the tail end of it.
Yeah, I know. But
that's a good chunk. If you got $100 item, that's a good chunk of money off of it.
Because Etsy's only 5%. And what's eBay again? I don't even know.
And they could play around with that if they start getting a lot of volume, and I think they're going to get a lot of volume.
I want to break in real quick on one item. Talking about the last show. You can share anything on the last show, but the other shows are specific items.
Yeah.
So there's a top show.
There's specific items, yeah.
The last show, anything goes. But like I said, I just want to say that. I'll be back in a couple minutes.
All right. But it's just, I just think people are going to, I think they're going to start looking at it seriously. And like I said, I don't think people will be doing the sharing thing because with all this other stuff, I believe people are going to come in and they're going to be. When I go on eBay, I'm looking for a specific item.
Right.
I'm not hitting the surprise me button or anything like that because God only knows what you'll get on eBay. But I'm looking for a specific item. If I go on Amazon, I'm looking for a specific item.
Yep.
I mean, I understand the sharing thing, but I don't understand the sharing thing because if I'm looking for a red pair of shorts,
I know where a pair are.
That's what I'm gonna be typing in there. Hey, white two pack.
Hey. I'm not even gonna try to test tongue twister for me.
Yeah, just leave that alone. Just FYI, we have a lot of people popping in here that are subscribers that I have picked up on some of the networking shows. So y'all probably be picking up some subscribers. How about
the back?
Check their channels out, and as some of the big networkers say, share the love, pay it forward. Yeah, don't use the S word. So I just wanted to say, point that out. So if you see people popping in, like I said,
S word to us is slow.
Looking at your clothes, you're looking at your channels, and how about look at theirs too? So anyhow, so what you take? Do you think it's going to be good overall? Do you think it's?
I think it's going to be a good thing.
Yeah, it's going to be a real good thing.
I mean, it's another avenue. I think you're going to have your ups and downs with it, like everything else. It's something that's new.
Yeah.
But they did a couple of other categories before, and they did really well with them. But I mean, it's going to be trial and error. You're going to have people that post stuff they're not supposed to. Right now, take advantage of it.
It could be the new eBay. Who knows?
Yeah. I mean, the other categories they had introduced before were the men's and the kids, and people were like, ooh, but it's worked fine.
And it's taken off for some.
Yeah.
I could really see by next spring, if not beforehand, if adding these channels works out okay, everything goes good, I could see them adding the rest of the channels, the rest of the categories that like eBay has that they don't have because they're slowly building into it. Yeah. Now they've got a big base of people buying clothes and, some of the other odds and ends stuff that they were selling. And now they're adding the home decor and all this other stuff.
Oh my goodness.
So I just think it's going to be, I think they're going to, if people shop from them like they do on the clothes, and it seems like they do a lot of clothes, people buy a lot of clothes from them.
Yeah.
Hank, she sells a lot of clothes on there.
Yeah. She does.
I feel like it's going to gradually grow and grow and grow. And unless they start joking around the fee structure and things like that, they're going to give eBay a run for its money.
Yeah,
I think they will too.
And I think like these other sites are trying to get going, like the dirt. I think they need to forget about it. They're too far behind now.
Well, even like some of the other platforms, like the local platforms, was it like Let Go? Some of them are also doing the shipping.
Yeah.
Yeah, they started doing the shipping now on the Facebook Marketplace. You can do shipping on.
Thank you. I am so cute.
Well, I know, right?
I know, Carol. Isn't he the cutest? I know she's talking about the puppy.
And that was Marcel typing that for you, Tom.
Hey, baby.
You're my little fur baby. Can't believe I said it out loud finally.
That's for another show. No, I think it'll do good. I think it's just, like I said, it's just going to take time. It's just going to take people getting used to it. You're going to hear the moaning and groaning like we did with the other parts of it. And like I said, it's just I think they'll grow eventually because they're starting to get commercials where they don't think they had commercials before.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
You know, so they're starting to do a lot better now, and I think it's going to be a good thing for all of us. Hey, George.
Hello,
Hey,
George.
George.
We need you for tomorrow.
I need a couple of you for later.
I actually saw. I mean, I've been seeing Posh commercials on TV quite often,
Yeah.
and I'm talking primetime commercials.
Mhm.
Yeah. Where before you really didn't, you know.
But you know, you used to see a lot of eBay commercials,
Yeah.
and now you don't see very many.
All right.
No.
I think it'll be a good thing. I think it'll work out really good.
I think it will too,
I'm excited about it.
because you know things. You know, I've gone to like Walmart and found like really nice linens in the packets,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, I pick them up and I'll go, well, that's kind of heavy.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna run to the office supply department, set it on the scale, and say, oh, that's less than 5 pounds. That's $7 or $6.70 or whatever the shipping is.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to give people an opportunity to go to another venue.
Yeah.
Yep.
It will.
And like I said, the shipping will make a big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they can keep the same kind of shipping going, yeah, that would make a real huge difference as far as getting a lot of people to jump ship and go to there.
Yeah.
But you know, we are sellers, so we know that there's no such thing as free shipping.
Mhm.
Right.
It's buried in the price.
Yeah.
But so when I'm looking at stuff, when I'm going to buy something, I mean, that's what I look at too, is how much is the shipping.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
And some of this shipping is out of control.
Yeah.
I mean, I've mentioned before, I ordered something and it came that FedEx UPS combo deal, whatever it's called. What is it called?
Oh,
You know,
that's post.
Smart Post.
Yeah, that you should not take to the post office because if you do, Nikki's gonna get your ass.
Yeah, Nikki's gonna have a damn fit. I paid big money to have this item I bought shipped, and then it took like 2 weeks to get here because it's set up in Huntersville or Concord for a daggum week because of the Smart Post thing. And I sent him an email saying, hey, I'm a seller too, and you could have sent this thing priority mail and made some money off of it and had a happy buyer. I said, I'm not happy. And I left him negative feedback. Not negative. I left him neutral feedback because I did get it, but I was not happy with the shipping. And the amount of money I paid didn't bother me. The fact that it took 2 weeks to get here.
Yeah.
But then again, I have shipped first class mail to the north side of Charlotte, and it's taken it a week to get there just because of the UPS. So there's my little rant. But I'd like to see what it's going to do. And like I said, eBay might need to do some negotiating with the UPS, which apparently that's what Posh has done, and get on the bandwagon.
Yeah.
So when Glenn gets back in here, if he's got anything he wants to add to it, he can. That thing was the damn weather. It is so hot in North Carolina. And Deb's over there.
I'm calling Noah
violin because she's about to wash away up there, and
I know.
I'm calling Noah, and I want to know where's his ark.
I mean, it's 90. It was 92 today according to my thermostat outside, my thermometer. A few days ago, our local weatherman said, it's not even June yet, and we're already in the 90s, and we don't normally get into the 90s until like June.
Hey, Jim and Tara.
Hey, Jim and Tara.
Hey, Tara.
They have negotiated. They just keep it.
Get your hiney in here.
Yeah, eBay does. That's for
We
sure.
need to find out. Yeah, I agree with Jim and Tara. Said they have negotiated. They just keep it. Well, they're going to have to do something about that.
Because you look at what Amazon costs to ship something, it doesn't cost them hardly anything.
No.
You look at Posh, but they were selling clothes. Now they're selling something a little heavier, so I'm sure they're going to work on another deal.
Right.
Oh, sure they will.
So, I mean...
Well, Macari's the same way. Macari actually has where you can pick like 0 to like, what, a pound or however many ounces. They give you options with different dollar amount. So it's a set amount. So they've worked out a deal with more poundage. And I have a funny feeling Posh is probably going to do the same thing eventually.
Yeah, and you can, with Macari, you can either pick the post office or FedEx.
Yeah, FedEx. You have a choice.
Or yourself. Or you can do it, you can do free shipping and do it yourself.
Yeah. Which I think I have a funny feeling they'll probably go to that now that they've added that home goods item in there. I think they'll probably do something like that. It wouldn't surprise me if they don't. But, you know, I haven't been really dinking around with Posh a whole lot either.
Well, you've had a lot of other issues going on.
Yeah, I've been watching grandbabies. And
how long did it take y'all to get over the grandbabies?
What, 2 days? 3 days?
Yeah. She's still getting over it now. Yeah.
You know, you're not as young as you used to be.
And for the resellers that have young children, oh, God bless y'all. I don't, nope.
That's like Joanna. She's got 2 or 3 little ones.
Yeah.
I had kids locked in the closet. So just shut up. I got to work. No, I'm kidding.
You know,
they were good.
That's just, I mean, they're a lot of work just on their own.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And people, you know, and housewife mothers, that's their job. That's a hell of a job.
Yeah. To do it 24/7. Yeah.
I know a guy that's got 520 some people that fall under his department, and he's the head of the department. His wife had a hysterectomy, so he took some vacation time or leave and stayed home because they have their youngest one is 5 and their oldest one's like 10. He stayed home with them, or with her and the kids, for her to recoup. And he begged his mother. He bought her an airline ticket to come to fly to Charlotte, just so he could go back to work, because he said he couldn't deal with it anymore.
Oh God!
He told his wife that he said, as soon as you're able, what can I buy you to make you, to show how much I appreciate. She said, just let me go to spend a week with my mother every once in a while. He said, that's out.
Yep.
I thought I saw Tara pop in.
Yeah, and I think I heard her say the mic's not working. So
yeah,
I heard her say the mic's not working. It is.
But I heard her.
I know.
But yeah, that's I have 3 20-year-olds, and when I'm at home with them, I'm ready to run out to McDonald's and say, I can say.
Tom got real close.
I can run out there and say, would you like that supersized?
Oh, she's had to restart her computer.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But when I start talking about the weather, how do y'all think that's going to affect your well, Deb, she can't get out because she's swimming half the time.
Yeah.
Lori apparently is washed under.
Need my swimmies.
But what I was saying about our weatherman said, by around the 1st of August, we could be looking at 100-degree temperatures pretty consistently.
That's ridiculous.
I'm thinking we should down here.
Yeah. Do I?
I'm thinking around 100. I mean, it's already in the mid-90s already, or like consistent like 93 and all that, low 90s. But I'm not.
Hey,
it seems like it's hotter now than it was last year.
Hey, Cindy. Hey, Anna.
And
You know, people will say, well, those folks out in Arizona, it's 112 in the shade. Yeah, but they don't have 300% humidity, so you kind of like you can see your air before you breathe it.
oh God.
Yeah, it's a different. It's like a dry heat out there in Arizona.
I
A
know.
lot of them don't like that word either, dry heat.
Hot is hot.
Hot's hot. When you
Yeah, no, I know that it's not hot, but they say, oh, it's a dry heat, and it's like it's just hot.
When you're like 2 feet from the sun, it's just hot.
Yeah, 2 feet from the sun.
I mean, it could be like you said in the 80s, you know, and it'd be kind of comfortable, but like you see, you got humidity, and it's like, mid 90s then,
Yeah.
When I got married and we first moved to Orlando, my ex-husband had like some tools and stuff, and they weren't like good tools. They were kind of, stuff he had. But with the humidity, it's like most of the stuff rusted. Anything that he had, it rusted.
Yeah.
And we had to throw like a lot of stuff away.
In the morning, you got a lot of dew. I mean, I have these garage sales, I don't understand. They just put everything out that night and don't cover it.
Yeah.
I mean,
we had one last summer, and I started to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to set all that stuff up. And I told my boys, let's get the tables out. Let's get stuff put on it. We'll cover it because I have like a roll of that clear plastic. We'll wrap it up. If somebody steals it during any of that stuff during the night, that's fine. That's just something I don't have to deal with. I'm a subscription box addict.
We've been at what 93, but in the heat index been 104.
Right.
It's just you can't breathe. I mean, you get outside, we go walking at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I had to stop because I was freaking about to fall out.
That's all a dry heat means. It's a dry heat. That means you can breathe.
Yeah,
that's all it means.
And you should do my sport, because I do like off-road racing, and I used to do that. And it'd be 100 degrees, and you fully decked out, long sleeve, shoulder pad, nylon pants, kidney belts, tool belts, helmet, goggles, 100 degrees,
No.
A lot of fluids.
Yeah, at least we got camelbacks where we can drink water constantly,
Yeah.
In motocross, you don't do that. You go 15 to 30 minutes nonstop, but off-road racing, you might go from an hour and a half to 4 hours, with a couple of weeks,
Hey, yeah, Carol, ours kicked on too. It got kind of cool.
God.
I was like, what the heck is that noise? I was like, oh my God, that's the oil burner going on.
Hey, Nikki. Nikki snuck in here.
Oh, Nikki.
I'm a subscription box addict. It's in the chat. I did not know there were so many subscription boxes until I looked at her chat, her channel. And honey, I think somebody needs to do an intervention.
Just drop all the bad ones and sign me up.
I've just never seen so many. So y'all check her out, her channel. There is a lot of subscription boxes out there.
That is sub to her. I'm gonna go check those out later.
But I could see that being addictive.
Yeah. Especially as resellers. Oh my God! Because you think about the ones that you could resell everything in it.
Well, if you look at the ones that's like the anime and science fiction stuff, you could flip that pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the anime stuff.
Hi guys.
Hey Nikki, how are you doing?
Door dashing.
Oh, we're going door dashing.
She's not mowing, she's door dashing.
You guys were talking about weather today. I had to mow. I mowed until 4 p.m. from 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and I had to wear my freaking gloves. I was so cold.
Oh my God!
It is 58 degrees here right now.
What in the world?
No, it's colder than that. Let me look here. I thought it was colder than that. Tomorrow it's only going to be 59. No, it's 47 degrees right now. It feels like 43 is the feel like temperature.
Oh, good Lord, have mercy.
Hey, Beth.
It's crazy.
Hey,
Why do you
Beth.
live there?
But yesterday it was 78 degrees.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, today I literally I wore gloves today to mow.
That's crazy. we're here in shorts and trying to
flip-flop.
But yesterday I got such a bad sunburn in the 78-degree weather. I was sore. I have 2 sores on my nose from blistering.
Oh God. No,
Did you say it was 58 degrees up there?
Today it's 58 degrees. Yeah.
Wow.
No, right now it's 47. Excuse me.
Ooh, that's even.
That's still
It's 47 degrees right. Earlier it was like 50 degrees, but right now it's 47 degrees and the feel like temperature is 43.
Wow.
I believe you're the one that posted the thing about it's supposed to be cold weather this week. Southerners stay at home as all possible, and Northerners just put on your big coat.
I won't argue with you.
Well, I wore shorts today, but I had my hoodie on and I was wearing gloves on my hands because my hands were so cold.
I'll do with you.
God love you. Which, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I could go for some 60-degree temperatures after today.
Yes, please.
Hi, Nick Ross.
Yeah, it actually felt pretty good today because like yesterday, like I said yesterday, it was 78 degrees and we were dying. I was like, oh God, it's so hot out.
Oh my God.
Oh, God.
I was at my friend's house today. She wanted me to help her clip her horse, and she's got the air conditioning on in the house, and it's 77. I'm like, what the heck is wrong with you? I don't turn my air until it gets over 85. I do not turn my air on.
Yeah,
Oh no! If it gets above 72 degrees, I got my air
Oh my
conditioning
God!
on.
Yeah.
Get out of here!
I do.
Oh,
Unless there's a nice lake breeze, I turn my air conditioning off.
No way! It costs too much money.
That's
Oh,
right.
It better be hot for me to turn on the
My
air.
house in the summertime, my husband says, "Oh my God, it's like a meat locker in here."
That's us in the summertime, but it's like 105 outside.
Oh my God, I couldn't handle that.
I know.
And I walked around that day. I was in Vicksburg. I mean, it was it must have been 102, and it was humid. It was like real wet, you know.
Yeah.
I just walked all over that place. Didn't really. I mean, it's like, yeah, I'm sweating and I'm hot, but it's not like I'm gonna melt or something. Now, Arizona, I went there as a kid. That's
Oh,
a
wow.
different heat. That's way worse. Because I went on this tour bus that my mother sent me on with my grandma. So you got these bunch of Wisconsin people who don't know anything about heat, and they're like, "Oh, let's get off and look at the desert." The heat felt like somebody took a weight and was pushing you into the ground. And then the old people just start dropping like flies.
Oh,
I never seen anything like it in my life. And that's Arizona hot.
hey, do not talk about old people like that.
True. Old people can't take the heat. Honestly,
Especially at auction.
I love it when it's hot at an auction because old people can't take it. No offense, but
And they got all the money.
yeah.
I had some friends from Seattle. That
I'll
come
go to
by and they
I'll
were
go to
going
an auction with Nikki. I know she can't take the heat. She'll be all like, "It's too damn hot for me." I'll be like, "Bring it."
I had some friends that their or his mother-in-law. My friend is from here. His wife is from Seattle, and his mother-in-law wanted to come to Charleston and do the sightseeing, you know, all that kind of stuff. Go to the old mansions and whatnot. And I said, "That's good, but don't come until September." And his mother-in-law was like, "Yeah, I want to go to the beach while I'm there." Blah 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 blah. He said they stepped off the airplane in Charleston, and his mother-in-law's knees buckled,
Oh, God.
and they had to get her a wheelchair and roll her to the
boy.
terminal because it was one of the ones where you had to come off the plane out on the tarmac.
Yeah.
He said,
Yeah.
he said, "I told them that we needed to come in September, but they wouldn't listen to me." And I said, "I told you it'd be in the hundreds and 300% humidity down there. Now, once you get over to the beach, it's okay, you know, where the wind's blowing off the water and whatnot. But if you're in Charleston proper, and definitely at the airport, you know, just trying to inhale is going to be if you're used to like Seattle, it's going to be an issue."
Aren't we supposed to be talking about reselling them?
Out.
We're supposed
Hey, Mr. Sadie, how far?
How far, Mr. Sadie?
So, Tara,
What?
Have you looked at the new categories on Posh?
I've never even looked on Posh.
I wouldn't know how to get on.
Well, I don't. Okay, this is a problem with me because Posh is something like very appy, and I don't look at anything on my phone. So if I try to, sometimes when I sit and look at it on my desktop, I'm like, this is stupid, and then I just go away from it. Now, I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying I'm like an old person. I'm gonna be the old person like using the big cricket phone and stuff like that. So
The flip phone.
yeah. So
Oh my God.
I mean, yeah, if the sales are there, hell, I'd hit it. I just don't have time right now to do all the sharing and stuff. I don't know what it's still boutique-y. It's not like you're gonna sell what I call rummage sale junk over there, right?
No.
It's part of the reason I don't do Etsy, because again, Etsy seems kind of boutique-y. But if somebody really, like I knew, I'm not dissing it, if somebody said to me that I could know that they would tell me like the square truth, like, hey, I'm selling $1,000 a week. I mean, that would entice me a lot more, but I haven't had one of my people say that to me. I just don't. I still don't think they have the buyers that eBay has.
No,
That's
not
just my
yet.
gut feeling on it. I just don't think they have the market share that eBay has right now.
They don't. I think that's something as far as like you looking into it for like that type of things to sell. I think you would be better off waiting until it got a little bigger. That way you would have that market looking for it. Because I mean, it is a lot of work, and I think that's why I said I think a lot of people are gonna run away from it because it's gonna be a lot of work.
If they did it like promoted listings, but this like sharing I'm just not somebody that's gonna sit and like share a closet like that. And if that's important for it, I just know me. I'm just not gonna do it. I mean, I like to sit down, I'll make listings and stuff, but I can't see myself being like a social interaction thing, that almost reminds me of Facebook. Like now I have to be friends with these other sellers and you're going to share my crap and I'm going to share your crap. That's just not really who I am.
That's just crossing the line, Tara.
I mean, no, I'm not saying like, oh, well, that makes Tara not a very good friend. I'm just, at least I'm honest. I'll tell you, I'm not going to do it. I got a lot of stuff to do. I mean, I just don't have time to sit and like sometimes when I hear y'all like, okay, I'm going to share these closets every 2 hours, I'm like, Jesus Christ, I can't do that.
It's a lot of work.
I think that sharing is going to go to the side because I think Hank said, and I wish she was in here and she could answer. So if you're trolling Hank, get in here and answer the question real fast. Like, I thought she said that she wasn't doing the sharing like she used to be. She used to do, but she's selling quite a bit of stuff on.
But she probably has like an established following and an established closet.
Yeah.
But I think it's just my opinion, and as you know, I have many. I think that sharing is going to go out. I think it's going to go out the window, and I definitely don't think it's going to really apply to all of this new stuff because, if I've got 12 sheet sets and 15 of this and 20 of that, I'm not going to sit there and I'm not going to share all of that stuff. Yeah. And I think people will come in there looking for 1,000 count beige sheets.
I think to me, and I'm a girl, so I'm not talking bad. It's to me, like a very touchy-feely woman type platform, but that's not who I am. It's not like you'll never have me wrap my thing in tissue paper and give you a thank you card or this. I mean, I do I pack stuff nice and neat and you're going to get it. It's not going to go the extra mile. I'm not going to tie a ribbon around it. I'm not going to put a thank you card in it. I'm not going to do any of that stuff. And to me, I think that site is a little more geared to what I call more of a touchy-feel boutique type thing. And that is totally not who I am.
Right.
No hugs.
Tara, you're supposed to, before you take the box to be shipped to the post office or UPS or wherever, you have to hold it up to your chest and you have to squeeze
it. Give it a hug, okay.
Have a safe trip, baby.
Okay. Yeah, they'll appreciate that, I'm sure. This shirt was great, but it smelled like horse crap. Anyway. I don't know. I don't want to be like, oh, Tara's beating up the site. I'm not. No. I mean, if it's a site that works for you, awesome. And you go for it. Because I hear people like Nicole State say she does like $8,000 or $13,000 a month. Obviously, she's very good at marketing in that type market. I'm saying that's not a strength of mine. That's not me.
Yeah. See, and that's what I was saying. It's just that's not. That's. I think it'd be something whenever if they take the sharing part out of it and they get all like that part removed. I think that would be a good avenue after they got through everything.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, I don't. I don't think that would be perfect for you. I think where you're at right now works for you. It's not going to be for everybody right off the get go.
Yeah, I just and I don't want to be like, oh, Tara's making fun of it. I'm not. It's
Right.
just I'm a different person. I'm the rarity. I'm the oddball. So.
I agree with Tara. I'm not a tissue person. I don't put stuff in tissue or anything like that. I send it in an eBay envelope from Poshmark.
I thought you.
But I've seen a couple of shows where actually, like you said, some women, and they look like the type that do the tissue, but they say, "Hey, I don't use tissue paper. I don't live all this stuff. I put a simple thank you card in there, like a business card, and I just make sure it's wrapped good. I
just opened up their thing on my desktop, so I'm kind of looking through their front page, and here's the person opening up their priority box with their paisley purple tissue paper they're pulling out of the box.
Yeah, they're doing that.
Or like the pictures of the tennis shoes, or they're lying it out on some kind of trendy looking furry rug. No,
Nope.
I don't even put a thank you note in there.
Unless you selling brand new stuff, like in the boutique, what they call boutique stores, whatever. It's really nice, with tags on it. I might would understand some tissue paper.
Brand new, I think.
And all that kind of stuff. That type of stuff. Where you're going like a high-end store, but basic.
Next time I'm starting out a new store.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I keep getting messages from Poshmark saying, "We miss you. You haven't shared in weeks."
I know.
Oh boy.
I don't even put thank you.
I can hear Jim.
I throw the stuff in an envelope or a box depending on the size and ship it out just like I do eBay. And most of the time it's in either an Amazon or an eBay box. So.
How many sales do you get a week, Nikki? Just when you were hitting it.
No, I got one. Let's see. I got one last week. I think I made like, I don't know, $8 or something.
See, I'm judging it. When Nikki starts telling me she's really, getting it over there, then I'm going to follow. But so I'm using Nikki as my test guinea pig. When Nikki tells me, Tara, this is it. It's here.
This is it. We're making money, man. We're making big time bucks.
Get over here now.
I haven't. You know what? Honest to God, I haven't even looked at my eBay store in.
Oh my God!
And I normally look at my
flying over our house. There must be 50 of them.
Oh my God!
And even
are they low?
Yeah.
Even when I was on my complete hiatus, I even looked at my eBay store every day. I haven't even looked at my eBay in like a week. Oh, actually, I take that back. I looked at my eBay today because I got an offer for something. But that was the first time.
Morning show. Tara's on the morning show, and in the background you hear Jim say, "Tara, I need some more paisley tissue paper to wrap this clutch in."
No. I don't really get. Honestly, I steer away from women's clothing. I don't get where I live. We don't get like what I would call high-end women's clothing. I steer away from it. It always seems whenever I try to do a small foray into women's clothing, I don't get very much money for it, or what I think is very much, and it seems like it's more of a pain in the rear for me.
Because they don't like the way it looks.
And women are. A woman can look at, like, let's say it's a shirt, and it could be her size, but when she puts it on, she don't like the way it fits her body. Where with a man's shirt, it's awesome because I could just throw a couple measurements in, say extra large, and a man will just say, "Yep, this fits me," or whatever. Yep. But a woman can have more like, like, "Oh, I don't like the way this shirt fits around my belly. It makes me look pudgy," or I don't like the way the sleeves look, or whatever. It's a different type buyer, and I'm not very good at marketing maybe to that buyer. So.
Well, one nice thing about Poshmark is they can't send it back unless it was your fault.
Yeah.
So
that's one
no returns. But I'm not that way either. I'm the same way as Tara. I don't usually get good. I don't get high end up here, and but especially women's clothing. But the only reason why I started on Poshmark was everybody was talking good about it. I wanted to try it out, but I'm not a clothing seller. But I got a thrift store that does $5 a bag for clothing. So I go to that bag sale. Well, I haven't recently, but I was going to it, once or twice a month and getting some stuff. And I thought I'd dabble in Poshmark since, I'm always I'm always telling everybody, don't be afraid to try new things. You have to try new things and diversify, or you're never gonna make good money. So I thought, you know what, Nikki? You have to practice what you preach. So I did. I tried something new, got into clothing. Now I have all this damn clothing that ain't selling. And what did I do today? I went to a damn rummage sale while I was dashing, and I got a whole bunch of men's shirts. But I did get 2 of the big pony shirts for 50 cents each.
Oh, there you go. Cool. I like what Mystery Sadie said about the, oh my God, I get tired of Posh messages. It's a great day. You're the best. I hate those kind of messages. I have a friend in Kentucky, and I'm like, well, I'm getting this stuff. I want to wrap this stuff up. I'll be down there. And then she'll say something like motivational to me, like, you just need to come home. You need to get down here because you come home. I'm like, yeah, I know. You don't have to tell. You're not motivating me when you tell me stuff like that. Just, I got a lot of shit to do. I don't like that kind of stuff anyway.
Yeah.
Today is mine and Jim's wedding anniversary, and I didn't know it. I wouldn't have known it if Facebook wouldn't have told me it was our anniversary. And I told you, I'm like, oh, it's our wedding anniversary. He's like, oh, good thing for Facebook.
Well, happy anniversary.
Yeah,
I know, honest to God, Gary remembers that shit more than I do.
You don't remember shit. He lies.
One day there was one crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Bless your
How
heart.
long you been married?
Well, Brandon will be 12 in November, so
10 years.
No. We're married 12 years.
We've heard that story already.
Yeah. Brandon will be 12 in November, and we were married 12 years today in May.
Wow.
Congratulations. Happy anniversary.
Yeah, I didn't think we'd stay married this long. When I married him, I said, I'll just stay with you like 5 years, but then I just didn't feel like divorcing him.
And he's still alive today, too. That's like you're batting 1,000 now.
Yeah.
In June,
keep him.
I'll be married 26 years.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, is Amanda 26?
Brandy is.
I guarantee.
I had an anchor baby too, Tara.
Well, it's easy to remember how many years you're married. You just got to think of the age of your child.
Did Nikki say 26 years?
Yeah.
Nikki, I've been married 26 years too, except to 2 different women.
Oh yeah, it is 26 years. Isn't it?
14 to the first one and 11 with you. Oh no, that'd be 25. I'm off. She's got me beat by a year.
I know. I'm like, am I even old enough to have a 26-year-old? I mean,
apparently.
Mr.
Well, I don't know.
Sadie's
You were there
married
doing
50
it.
years.
Anyway, but we
after I
digress.
graduated from high school.
Good God, I'm old.
I'll be right back. I gotta go deliver my KFC. I'll be right back.
Okay.
This is supposed to cheer me up now.
But
My oldest is 30.
or the thing that that gets me about I just about said prairie dirt. The thing that gets me about Poshmark is with their cheap shipping.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Well,
For up to-
eBay's getting that. You know damn well eBay's getting it.
Yeah.
And they just are very stingy on passing it on to the seller. I mean, they really make you jump through hoops to get it at the top rated seller, which is that where you get it, Jim?
No.
We never stay there very long, so I don't even know.
That's like
One-day shipping.
It's hard for us to do 1 day shipping is our problem. We're just like, well, screw it.
Well, £5 for $7 roughly.
Well, yeah, but you think eBay's not getting that, honestly?
Oh, you know that.
I
You
mean-
know damn well they are. I mean, you know they are.
How many things do y'all ship that's £5 or less than £5 that cost a lot more than $7 to ship?
Well, what percentage is under first class? Because my percentage of first class is a lot. Especially when you bump it up to 16 ounces. That extra 3 ounces or 4 ounces is a big savings.
Well, we pay $7.55 for padded flat rate envelope, and I know a lot of guys are saying they pay like $6.90 or something.
Right.
Oh yeah, I think like Dusty and that they were paying $6.90 and we pay the $7.55.
Because we're dicks. We're
We're
criminals.
dicks. You were gonna call us.
Well, that's what eBay considers us.
Do they send you an email like you are dicks?
No, they
You're
send
not
us an
gonna get
email
this.
saying you're above standard. Congratulations.
I don't know if that's the kind of language that Tom wants
Here's
to
your
have on his channel.
participation medal.
Mr.
Oh my god,
Sadie,
you want to hear a good return story on eBay?
wait a minute. Let me tell you this before I forget it. Mr. Sadie said, because I asked him how long they had been married, and he said 31 this year. My oldest boy was our ring bearer. Forgive me, Lord.
Well, Brandon wasn't in the position to be our ring bearer, and if he was, it would have been kind of awkward.
Now, go ahead. Tell us your return.
Okay, so we had bought this bed bug medicine on clearance at Walmart. Okay.
Yeah, because we got a bunch of bed bugs all over the house.
No, we don't. It was like 25 cents a thing, and Walmart originally had been selling it like for $14.99. So Jim last week, because he's old and forgetful, and he was doing a lot of stuff, he forgot to pull all the clearance stickers off of the four he pulled the ship. Guy gets them, freaks out. You people are horrible. I'm reporting you to eBay. They had 25-cent clearance stickers on them, and you sold me 4 bottles for $14.99, and they cost you $0.25 a piece. That's horrible. I'm like, well, that's capitalism, I'm thinking. We're like, okay, well, thank you for your purchase. You can do a return. So now, did he return them or no?
Hold on. I'm getting back to the original message. You gotta
okay, Jim's going to, oh my God. Well, you should have had this ready. I mean, I gave you a cue. Oh my God.
Okay. You are a lousy seller.
Oh.
Buy something at Walmart at a discount for a total of $1. Then you turn around and sell this shit for $15. What the F word? I'm reporting you.
Okay,
How's that for a message?
Yeah. So did tracking come up? He said he was going to return it.
Tracking's not showed its ship yet, though.
He hasn't showed its ship. Because Jim's like, this stuff comes and it's open up. I'm complaining to eBay.
I'm sure it's going to come back open, half used. You know, I used to have it before I saw the dollar stickers. I didn't violate any policy. I ate the return shipping. I said, screw it, I'll eat the $5 return shipping. But I did nothing wrong. He really doesn't have a valid reason to make me pay for the shipping back. I didn't violate any eBay policy.
Other than we made money.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. And
that's what we do this for, is to make money.
Yeah,
we don't do it to lose money.
I'm not in the business of keeping entitled socialists happy.
Yeah, exactly.
Do they realize when eBay, every word he said, eBay knows about it? It's not like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, you drop the F word, eBay might, you know, they might probably stay on your side, you know, but.
Yeah.
He's playing Fallout 4 in his mom's basement, you know, with his bed bugs, having a great time while I'm out hitting clearance aisles trying to source this stuff. You know, they don't figure out that time, you know.
You could have went to Walmart yourself and got it then.
Yeah, he's smoking cigarettes in his basement at his computer at 3 o'clock in the morning. Oh, good, bed bug medicine. I need this stuff.
Yeah, I'm embarrassed to go to the store and buy bed bug treatment. I'm going to buy it online.
You know, itemized list and gas to go get it.
Yeah.
Real big red letters, then say, you know, boxes, tape, this, salary for me and my wife, you know, my wife bill. You know.
Storage fees on it.
I would have broke it down for it.
You got a good deal. You know?
I'd had like $50 by the time I got
You
done.
didn't have to check out with the 50 containers of bed bug medicine with the checkout lady looking at you like, what's wrong with your house?
Yeah. RID, crab lice medicine, and bed bug medicine. Those are 3 things you definitely want to buy online.
Yeah, I know.
Beth said, because of the Posh changes, I'm taking home goods off of Macari and putting them on Posh. Macari does very little for me.
I've heard other people say, but now I heard like John Johnson the other night. He said Macari's really popping for him. So
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it depends. I've never really looked into Macari, and like right now, at this particular time in my life, is not a real good time for me to go experimenting with other sites. So I'm just gonna do what I got to do.
Hey, Cindy. Yeah, Macari's not too bad. It did pretty good for us, but it's like eBay. You have to work it too.
Yeah.
You had to list at least 10 items on there a day to get any type of reaction from it, I think.
Hi, Cindy. You know, I not like a nice glass of Macari and Coke every once in a while.
Well, that's a
Um,
good one.
so are y'all getting a lot of rain up there, Tara?
We got a lot of water. All the swamps are really full of water, but it hasn't rained for a few days. Well, did it rain? It rained over the weekend because our fire danger is low now, and the trees budded out with leaves, so we could burn. But I mean, it hasn't been like on normal amounts of rain.
Well, it must be going from like Lori lives in Columbus or Cincinnati.
Yeah, no, she lives down close to Cincinnati.
Okay, Cincinnati. Columbus is at the top. Cincinnati.
Columbus is like in the middle. Cincinnati's right by the Kentucky border.
Okay.
Our flooding is not from rain, though. Our flooding's from global warming. All the baby polar bears' ice cubes are melting, and they have nothing to eat.
Okay, Mr. Sadie said wrong show. It's not Friday night. You're talking kind of political.
About what?
Well, you did the I'm not entitled socialist thing with the medical guy.
I'm sorry, I've been reading a lot of stuff about Hitler, so I've been getting boned up on social political.
Because it must be going from Ohio to Long Island, where Deb's at. Because Deb's
it's been in Long Island for a month, over a month.
It just must be like a big loop over there. It goes out of the ocean and comes back in.
Yeah. They had a bunch of tornadoes like in Columbus and Dayton and stuff, didn't they?
Yeah. Yeah, Lori said she had lost power.
We just got a message from somebody that ordered something from us that we shipped out today, and it's just, hey. Well, hey.
Well, I guess he was letting you know that he responded and that he got his notice saying that it was being shipped out.
Maybe this is the other half of the sentence. Like,
you're on your own.
I hope
you want Deb
finish it.
Is it you? Oh, you dummy.
Well, yeah.
He's a new buyer, so.
Oh my.
Oh my, yes.
Oh Lord, help us. You should have.
So how have y'all sales been recently?
They were really good. Yeah, they're funny. Like yesterday, it was really good, but the day before, it was really shitty.
Yeah.
So they're kind of way out of whack.
Mine were good Sunday and Monday, and like, yeah, really bad now.
Yeah, I mean, like, my weekend wasn't great. I've been listing a lot of stuff, but I mean, how do you go from like Tuesday where you sell $50? I mean, that's horrible. And then yesterday I sell almost 500. I mean, it doesn't even make sense. It's like no rhyme or reason. I like to see it more consistent. I don't like it where you have like these big spike differences. It's weird.
Mm-hmm. That's how ours has been too. So I don't know what's going on with that.
The $50 days, Jim says, honey, what we having for supper tonight? And she says, we're having peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah, yeah. Jim's sucking on gun barrels when it's a $50 day.
You don't even get the jelly. What you talking about?
Right.
Peanut butter.
He's craving gun oil on $50 day.
How about you, Glenn?
What was that again?
How's your sales been?
It's kind of slow. I sold a couple items today, off my bike store, but nothing personal, Couple people want cheap prices. Well, actually sold a decal about an hour ago. It was only like $8 with shipping. That's about it. But like I said, I got it for free, some freebie decals, so.
Kathy, how y'all doing?
We're saying, like Tara was saying, is you have like a $200 day, and then you have a $50 day and an $8 day.
Well, how's your bike stuff you had and all that stuff still going?
Some of it's moving pretty good now. As the season's kicked off, it seems like I'm starting to sell a little more of it, but I mean, not enough to, make most of the money back.
Right.
I mean, I've had a few people inquire about the helmets and.
Right. But most of the stuff is current stuff. It's nothing like vintage or like from 70s or 80s, huh?
No, I think it's more like 2000. It's between 2004 or 2000 and 2008.
Yeah.
I haven't found anything older yet.
Right.
I still got a lot more to go through though.
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff. I've got 70s and like mid 80s, early 80s. And like I said, they don't make it anymore. That's kind of nice, you know.
Yeah, it really is. But it's just getting it listed and getting out there. But as the season opened up, it's getting there. But
slowly,
at least some stuff selling. That's a good thing.
Well, you had a good bit amount. Like I said, I mean, a good way to get rid of a lot of that stuff is it's like Barber Motorsports in Birmingham. They got what they call swap days in October, which is nice. And it's like for 3 days, like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday all day. And you basically get a booth, and it's fairly cheap. You get like a 10 by 15 basically space. That's whatever you can stuff on that one little space, or you can get more spaces, how much and all that. But it's fairly cheap prices. I mean, you got thousands and thousands of people going through there, but because that's a 6-hour drive for me. So I mean, I lost money, but my buddy, I went with him, and he brought 6 bikes, from his garage that he needed to get rid of, and he sold every one of them. He sold 3 of them as soon as he pulled them out of the trailer. The guy next to us said, "Well, I'll take that one," and he saw another one. "I'll take that one and another one." So he sold half this stuff he brought, and so it was an empty trailer going back, except for my stuff,
Yeah. Do you have a lot of duplicates, Kathy? I mean, is it like you can list like one part, but you'll have like 10 of it?
I have, and I've got those. Those are my first listed because I have multiple of them. But I still have a whole bunch that I haven't gone completely through yet.
You just gotta hit it, just power list it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to now.
We had that small engine tractor shop that went out of business, and we bought all their new stock parts. And I mean, I made thousands. I had one part that I bought a whole box of them for like $12. And when we got all done selling them, I think I sold $3,800 out of that one box without any of the other parts. I mean, I made thousands. It's boring as hell and tedious, but just list the living shit out of it and put it up, and they'll sell.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get it up there. And it's just like I said, going through all the boxes because we still have.
I used to use it because I put them up at Buy It Now. I didn't run them as auctions, and I don't know about motorcycles. I'm sure there's comparable sites, but there was this one I'd use for like tractor parts. It's called Parts Tree. I just go over to Parts Tree, look what Parts Tree had it for sale for, and I just price it just below them, so I was cheaper than them.
I think
so. If people Google searched it, so it showed up.
Yeah, because some of the parts we have are not just consistent motorcycle parts. It seems like some of them are like boat parts.
Oh, really?
I don't know why. I have no clue.
No, well, you get these guys that are doing small engine shops, they end up fixing all their stuff too.
Yeah, no, it's like I got all these boat plug things.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why.
The butt plug thing.
Well, those probably aren't worth a lot because they're fairly cheap if you go and buy them at the store.
They're better
than like jet skis and all that, because a lot of your bike shops carry jet skis.
Yeah, but it's just like I could sell you the whole bunch like for maybe $50-$60 and get rid of all of them at one pop. We'd probably get them from maybe a bike shop would probably buy them. Hopefully, it's just kind of trying to find find the right person to buy the stuff, but. We found a few that they're coming back and like buying the different oils and the gear lubes and all that stuff. And then we sold carburetor parts or kits, the small ones. And
like refill
pads.
We get brake pads sold. We've done a good bit. Like I said, I've got a power list. I'm like, it's just boring as shit. You start doing it, it's like, ugh, so sick of this shit. I'm tired of it.
Yeah, like people are selling those boat drain plugs in lots of 2 for like $9 to $10. That's what I would do with them. Figure out how many lots of 2 you have and put them as a Buy It Now for just under whatever the cheapest is, like $7.99.
Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking. I looked them up and I have a few of them, so I'm gonna try to get them out of here.
When we've discussed buying storage units, which is where you got all your motorcycle parts from. Mm-hmm. We've said over and over and over and over again, you're going to have to store that crap. And you got to list it.
Yeah.
And, I was talking to a guy down the road from my house. He stopped by here because my neighbor next door told him that I bought some. And he stopped by and we were talking and he said, "What do you do with all this stuff?" I said, "You're behind the game. You should have thought of that before you bid on it."
Yeah.
I said, "You don't have to." Which he's got a 2-bay garage behind his house. Said you just put it back there and you sort it, and the stuff that you don't want to deal with, you take it to Goodwill, or you put it in the trash can, and the stuff that you want to sell, then you start listing on eBay or taking it to the flea market or whatever.
Yeah.
And he said that he put some on OfferUp, and he said it's been like 2 weeks and nobody's even inquired about his stuff.
Does
And I
anybody
told her, I
have
said,
any good luck
OfferUp
with
is kind of
OfferUp?
fickle about OfferUp and Let Go. I
Yeah,
mean, I've sold
OfferUp
some stuff on there, but it's kind of.
It kind of sucks in my area. OfferUp and Let Go.
Are you guys close to a flea market? Could he set up at a flea market?
We do, but they only do them like once in the month, and they're really expensive booths. They're not real cheap. I mean, if it would be worth the money to where we'd have to drive to, and then the money we'd have to spend on the booth, it would be great. But yeah, we tried it one time. I was like, yeah.
Are yours outdoors?
Huh?
Are they outdoors?
Yeah, there's a one outdoors. You get it indoors, or you can do outdoors.
And the outdoor ones, are that expensive? The outdoor ones are expensive too?
Oh yeah. In our area, oh god, everything in our area.
How much did you say? I didn't hear it. How much again?
Do what now?
How much for the flea markets? Where you at?
What was it? An outside booth is what, 35 or 45?
Yeah, ours are like 15 to 20.
Yeah.
For one day?
That's for the weekend. But you don't get a whole lot of traffic in that area.
I'll tell you though, out of a storage unit, we'd pull $700 in a day.
Yeah. So we would have to rent a truck and everything. So we'd have to rent the truck, we'd have to go there, and then whatever the mileage which the closest one we have is what? Aberdeen?
Yeah.
And that's about an hour, maybe 2 hours away.
Oof. Oh, never mind.
Oh, yeah. So you're saying step one, you got to buy a box truck. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, step one, I got to buy a box truck.
Step two, you have to move within 15 minutes of your flea market.
Exactly.
Yeah, because we buy those storage units. We take that crap right over to that flea market. They rent it every Monday. And I mean, I'd sell that stuff. We had nice antiques and collectibles. They went right for that storage unit crap.
Oh yeah, they love that stuff. I mean, we did that one time,
right?
And we ended up having to we had to rent a truck, and then we had to get a hotel because we was far away.
Oh no, yeah, that ain't gonna work.
Yeah,
mine's 15 minutes away, and it's
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
not fun.
Next time, sleep in the truck.
Yeah, I know I'm going to. I'm like,
yeah, it's called air mattress. Bring air mattress and deodorant.
Might do something. I was like, but I have a friend up here. I was talking about maybe just having them come look at it, maybe do a buyout on just the motorcycle unit, so I can just get rid of it, but not everything. Just some of the stuff that I got in there, just to kind of move some of the product.
I mean, you start traveling that flea market circle, you really meet some unusual characters. We had this one guy, he was from Florida. We called him Biketoberfest because every Monday at the flea market, he wore the same Daytona Bike Fest shirt for the whole summer.
Biketoberfest.
Yeah,
that's what we called him was Biketoberfest because that's the same shirt he wore all summer. One day he wore a different shirt, and me and Tara almost fell off our stools. We're like, "What the?" Anyway. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
He had this old used U-Haul truck that was it was the shape of the letter U. He bent the middle of the frame. I don't know how the hell the drive shaft still matched up with the rear end. I mean, he had such a big sway. It looked like an old swayback horse. Because he was selling like Chinese tools and stuff. Everything he had was metal, like vices and stuff. Well, he weighed that poor old U-Haul down so bad it was swaying in the middle.
It was him, his wife, and his kids, and they all lived in a motorhome from Florida, and that's what they do. They come up here for the summer and then hit the flea markets and eventually end back in Florida. But he'd make his poor wife stand out there and like bark like a carnival, like leather hides, 3 for $20, or
and they'd fight all day.
Wrenches 5 for $4, or whatever. He'd make her bark these prices and then argue the whole time.
It was either the daughter fighting with the father, the mother fighting with the daughter, all three of them fighting together. They were always fighting. That's funny.
And put you out there to do that next time.
No, you see, what I was thinking, Kathy, is that you take the little boys and you dirty
There
them
you
up a
go.
little bit, and you put them in raggedy clothes, and let them stand out there and say, "Please buy this motorcycle helmet so I can have something to eat tonight."
We had this knife guy. Oh, he was so annoying. And I never think like this, like sexist, but he sold knives. But then he'd bark because once in a while we'd end up getting set up next to him. Like, God, I hate it when this guy's by us because he'd bark. Because he'd have like women walk by and he'd have all knives, and usually they'd walk by. He goes, "Something for the ladies, something for the ladies, purses, 2 for 10 or whatever." I'm like, oh my God. Anyway,
there's a guy that's at one of the flea markets here in town, and he sounds like an old carnival, like a sideshow person, you know. He's just out there just carrying on about this stuff. Now he's got a lot of people in his booth.
The knife guy scared people away.
The knife guy would scare people away because he'd sit up next to you, and like the women would want to come in my booth because I'd have like antique glassware and stuff, and he'd be like, "Women, I have purses." He'd shout prices. Well, he'd make us so uncomfortable. They'd leave my booth. I'd be like, "Dude, you need to shut up."
I know. I was like, "Can I see one of those tasers? I want to test this out. Just see how it feels in my hand." And I'd shock his ass. It's like, "Shut up!"
Oh yeah, he was a real jerk. Or one time we were set up next to him, and he's like, "Oh, could you watch my booth? I just got to run to the bathroom." So he goes, whatever, and tells on us that we had a parts gun for sale.
No, it wasn't. It was a real gun, but it was for raffle.
Oh, it was a raffle.
It was for the Mason Lodge.
So Jim set up the Mason Lodge raffle. It wasn't for sale, and he turned us into the flea market authorities for having a gun. He's a real jerk. Yeah.
Yeah, I just shocked his ass.
I know when I set up they got when you enter the property, it says no gun. Know it, but I guess some guy had a gun in his belt band and whatever, and the cops came up to him, asking, "Hey, can you go? I'm gonna have to ask you to leave." I didn't hear.
Yeah, they don't. What? I guess how could? Well, oh yeah, I guess because they have no guns. They're not supposed to sell firearms, or Right. So I'm walking around like, "Hey, Jim."
It wasn't that you couldn't have a gun on the property.
Yeah, Jim. I go, "Hey, Jim, there's a guy down there with a gun." It was like a 22 or something.
No, 12 gauge single.
Oh, it was a 12 gauge single shot. I'm like, "Yeah, a guy down there's got a shotgun for sale." So Jim goes down there. He goes, "Yeah, you're not supposed to sell guns here, so I'm gonna have to buy this off you, so you comply."
That was a $40 shot.
It was a joke anyway.
Oh, I did. It's a true story.
It's a true story. Yeah.
Hey, guy had this shotgun for $40. I'm like, "Hey, you're not supposed to sell these." It goes, "Oh, I didn't know that. I'll put it away." I go, "No, I'm buying it, so you'll be in compliance. Don't worry about it."
Hey, Jim, you need to check govdeals.com and their art section. They've got some paintings like you like in there.
Oh my God, I think we're going to go to this auction on.
Wait a minute, whoa, hit the brakes. Okay, where is it located? I
don't remember. I just was scanning down through there and I saw some and I thought,
"There you go."
Well, you mean nationwide? Give me a nibble. What state?
You mean? Okay, wait a minute. You mean our U.S. government is selling naked lady pictures?
Well, I guess it was out of like, I don't know where the hell they got it from.
Jeez.
White House.
They better donate it to my museum. That's sexist.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to be clean up after anybody that passes away. I don't know.
We're going to an auction on Saturday that doesn't have naked lady pictures that we know of, but it does have scantily clad lady pictures on it.
Hey.
No, not good enough.
For those, hey, Gate City, for those who doesn't know, Jim is a collector of fine naked lady pictures.
We're gonna be like, isn't there like a famous like district like in like New Orleans where they have like houses of ill repute and how they decorate them? That's how Jim decorates his house.
I'm telling
you, a long time ago.
You need to take one of your buildings down there and make an art gallery in it.
So.
If you'd make up an art gallery in one of those buildings down at the new place, Brandon would be the most popular kid in town because everybody, all the kids, all the boys would want to come down there and see the paintings.
Oh yeah, that's really what I want. A bunch of teenage boys Googling my pictures in my house. Absolutely.
No, like
yeah. Yeah, no.
You could have the 8mm films going in the background.
No.
Oh man.
U.S. Army SEALs and German military supplies.
That's it.
Who is that? Lothar 900? Lothar? I don't even know. He said you should see what the U.S. Army SEALs in Germany military supplies. The container load for $1,000 content are all over $100.
Oh wow! Oh, in Germany, huh?
Oh wow!
That's well, you know, that shipping back to the States would get a little.
Yeah.
I guess
if you're German and using eBay, though, it'd probably be a good place to source.
Yeah. It definitely would be. That's kind of crazy, though.
David, I have merchandise in those boxes behind me. Thank you.
She wasn't supposed to tell nobody. Those go to Deb. It's our secret. Don't tell David.
But so how was the moving going, Tara, Jim? Y'all about ready to pull the trigger and move?
Oh well, we got to get our ass in gear. Oh no, well, okay, so we have to load the truck, and Jim would like to leave probably like next Monday. So, but he's making me go get this other bit of ground bales, so we're gonna do that quick with the truck. They're gonna bring the truck home and load her up, and then he's gonna head out. So I'm assuming he'll probably leave Monday or Tuesday.
Probably Tuesday.
Yeah, probably Tuesday.
Then you're gonna bring your ground bales with you?
No, but I gotta have enough hay here. I gotta have enough hay here while he's gone because we've been using the box truck to pick the hay up with.
Okay.
I'm like, you don't have to do it. I'll just use the dually. But he freaks out.
Now,
I've used it before.
Yeah, she wants to have the guy drop a round bale in the back of a pickup truck bed, and it ain't happening on that truck. I am sorry, not happening.
It's my truck.
I don't give a crap whose truck it is. They ain't dropping no ground bale in it.
Okay. I haven't told an Uncle Tom's story tonight, but Lothar 900 says if you buy 2 generators worth $2 million for $1,000, it's profit all the way. A guy I knew down in Rock Hill, or actually in York, South Carolina, he was a ham operator, and he was a member of this nationwide ham radio operators. So if we had like a national, you know, this area lost power, or we had some kind of disaster, they would all go online, you know, go live, and they could talk to different government agencies and whatnot to help expedite getting things cleaned up. Well, they called him from Fort Sumter and said, "Hey, man, we got a generator down here. Could you use one for your ham radio?" And he's like, "Sure." He's expecting like one of these, like the size of a wash machine.
Oh, you're talking about
a semi truck pulled up in front of his house with a boom crane on it.
Oh my God!
Oh, wow.
He said this boom crane actually picked up the generator off the trailer, which was the size of the trailer, lifted it across the top of his house and set it in his backyard.
Oh man!
The whole time his wife's saying, "He better not drop that on my house."
Oh wow.
Well, he got that thing running and tied it into his house for backup. Well, Hugo came through here. He was running his house like he was hooked up to the main line, and the 2 houses on either side of him had drop cords running from it to run like the refrigerator and stuff like that. And he said, his wife would have the wash machine going, and normally on those little generators, if you start pulling some voltage through it, it'll like rev up. He said you can even tell there was anything on it. He said when that guy said, He said, I got your generator. And he said, well, let's sit in the driveway and I'll move it around later. And the guy said, no, dude. I got a 90-ton boom crane out there. I'm going to have to set this thing with.
Now, Hugo, that was in what, 89?
Yeah. It was right before Hugo came through.
Right. I was actually in Germany on the airplane coming back. They had the news on. I'm going, hey, that hurricane happened. I didn't know nothing was going on while I was over there.
Huh.
Let me tell you, I slept through Hugo in a 14 by 70 mobile home. The girl I was dating at the time called me and said, hey, Tom, what you doing? And I'm like, sleeping. What you doing? She said, waiting here, hoping the power will come back on. I said, why? She said, where have you been at? Hugo just passed through here and failed Charlotte. And I said, okay. And I said, I looked over and saw my cable box on. You know, I'm like, I got power. And of course, you were on the telephone. And we've got telephone. And she said, well, I've got telephone, but I don't have anything else. I said, well, just throw some clothes in the bag, and come on up to my place. Slept right through it. My mom and dad are calling. My mom's calling. She says, are you okay? I'm just like, I'm fine. She said, was it not scary? I said, I wouldn't know. I slept through it. But, it came out. It hit Charleston, went up to Columbia, right into Charlotte. And when it got to Columbia, it was like it downshifted in the third gear and started powering its way to Charlotte. And it was not something I want to go through again, because just the repercussions of it, the people without power, which, Glenn's down in where he's at, in Louisiana. He's probably like, cry me a tear, Tom.
I ate on a Coleman stove at work, Actually, we, went to work because it was better power there than it was, staying at home. And the neighborhood behind me, our power, like at work, is on a different grid from the neighbor behind at the shop. And they were out for power for like 7 days, and we never lost power.
Wow.
I just don't want to.
But you guys ask me how I can handle living up here in the cold.
Let me tell you what, baby. Let me tell you something, Sugar Puff. I didn't have any power. I mean, well, I ended up not having any power because a drunk driver was coming down the road and knocked the power line that serviced my house and my place and my neighbor's place. So it took them like a week to get the power hooked on back out there. Man, I was so pissed off about that. But you know what? I could open the windows and had a nice breeze. And it kind of cooled down things. It was not 32 below zero. There's a Blood X that's in the chat over there. He does a great networking show.
Yeah.
It's at 3 p.m. And if y'all get time and you want to do some networking, check his channel out. He is so cool.
Yeah, I've been over to his channel before. He's got a good channel. I might start walking tomorrow morning if I can get my ass out of bed that early. We'll see.
You know what? Nobody in my house has to be anywhere. Roberta just walks in here to the office when she gets up because she works from home on Fridays. The rest of this brood don't have to be any place, and my butt's going to lay in bed and sleep till at least 7 o'clock.
Most people stay half over by 7.
I'll be at work for 8. 8:30.
Oh, you go walk tomorrow, Nikki? Is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I'm gonna try.
We'll schedule our walk with yours.
I'm gonna try to start a show tomorrow for my walking.
What?
What? You used to do that for a
You're going
while.
live again?
I'm gonna try if I can get up in the morning. Yeah. Because I don't have to mow till 3 p.m. tomorrow.
Okay, Lothar, I'm going to just ask you one question. Why?
I know, right?
It gets down to minus 50 there.
What did he say?
He said it gets down to minus 50 there.
Where does he live?
He's in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada.
Oh yeah.
Jesus.
Wow.
Like, how do you survive?
Well,
We get
we
our
had
wind
32
chill. Our
below.
wind chill
We
can
had,
be up to 80 degrees below zero.
I mean, we had an honest 32 below here last January without a wind. I mean, that was the temp.
No.
Yeah.
No. Hell no. No to the no and plus no.
It's cold. Like you go outside and you feel like the liquid on your eyeballs kind of starting to freeze a little bit. I don't know how to describe it.
Then it's
Or like when you're outside, like when you see like those Alaska shows and the guys like all their hair's all frosted or their beards and stuff.
Yeah.
But that'll happen even to me, like the top of my head, like the hair there, it'll all be gray and frosted from your breath and the heat coming off your head.
Mm-mm. I would never leave the house.
Yeah.
I don't even think I would look outside.
Yeah, we have to plug in our cars too.
Yeah, Lothar,
We've had winters where the cars' tires have froze to the streets. But you know what, Kathy? I may have things that are frozen, but my house is still there.
Well, Kathy's house is still
When
there.
you guys have
She's
tornadoes
flying around
and
in the air
hurricanes
like
and
the Wicked
floods,
Witch.
you guys have tornadoes, hurricanes, and floods. You don't know if your house is going to be there tomorrow. At least I know mine is. I might have to replace. I might have to replace a couple pipes because they froze and broke. But it's a hell of a lot cheaper than replacing my house.
I will say this. See, but Kathy don't really deal with hurricanes because she lives in North Mississippi, so she don't have like the flooding, and you might get like the bad rain or bad weather. But if you were drunk and you passed out in your yard, you'd live because you wouldn't freeze to death, and I can't say that up here.
That's true.
No, we've had people die from that.
Yeah.
That's like one of the worst problems up here. People will drink in the wintertime and they'll be warm from the alcohol and they like pass out in their car or whatever or outside and they'll freeze to death. One lady she pulled her
going to the garage and freezing to death if you want to smoke a cigarette. I don't smoke cigarettes. Just say it. You walk out to go smoke a damn cigarette and you're frozen to death. What? I'll take tornadoes. I will. I'll take tornadoes.
I've lived up here in northern Wisconsin since I was 21 years old, and I had a good time, but I'm ready to go do something else. So you don't have to preach it to me.
Whew. No, that's just too cold. I mean, I understand. I mean, because our shit will be, taken away, but I don't know. I guess everybody makes their own sacrifice. I just can't do the cold. I tried. I gave it a 6-month shot.
What is it?
I gave it my effort.
Lothar was talking about they plug in their car so it'll crank in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I had a little diesel Ford pickup truck. It was a Ranger and had a little 4-cylinder engine in it, diesel. And I would plug it in. I would plug it in at night during the winter just so the water would be warm. So when I got in and cranked it up the next morning, I would have heat. And Nikki, the person that I love so very much, said I was pathetic. Because I like having a little bit of warm air in the morning.
The diesels like to be plugged in.
Yeah.
We plug in our diesel in the wintertime.
So do your cars come equipped with a plug? I'm confused.
No, you have it put in. It's an engine block heater. Yeah, it's just like there's a cord hanging through your grill. You just plug it in an extension cord.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes they come with it. Sometimes they don't. It just depends. But you can put one in pretty easy. It's not that hard.
I wondered.
And it's nice, if you don't have a garage or whatever, you can plug it in. Otherwise, you just park it in the garage and everything's fine. But my garage is full, so we can't park the truck.
You gotta move around a lot of stuff. So.
But yeah, it's really not. I mean, when you live up here, you just get used to it. You know, just like you guys just get used to the heat, you know? Like you guys, when it's really freaking hot out, like over 100 degrees, you guys just stay inside in the air conditioning. Here, when it's 30 below, 40 below, we just stay in the house and turn the heat up, you know? We go from a heated house to a heated car to everything else being heated, you know? So it's really no different than what you guys deal with the hot, you know?
Yeah.
And you kind of get used to it, you know, and then when it's really below zero, then it really is, you can really feel it, you know. As long as it's above zero, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
But when it gets way below zero, yeah, it gets a little, but that really doesn't happen, like, not all the time for long. Some years we've had it for like 30 days in a row, but most of the time we only have that extreme weather for a month or less, you know. Usually it's only a few weeks, but sometimes it has held on longer. But you just get used to it, and then you just deal with it, you know. Put on a heavier jacket or turn up.
And then you end up moving south when you get old.
But then you guys have tornadoes and all that. I mean, we don't here in Duluth. I don't know about Tara, but here in Duluth and stuff, we can get tornadoes, but we don't get them.
Yeah.
We don't have hurricanes. We don't have earthquakes. We had flooding about 6 years ago. We had some flooding up here, and then last year we had some flooding over here in Wisconsin that was kind of hairy. But usually we don't really usually have that much flooding. I mean, it was, you know,
we get tornadoes over here. We get tornadoes here, but not very often. I'm originally from down by Milwaukee in Waukesha County. You get a lot more tornadoes down there than you do here.
Yeah. And up here, we just don't get them. I mean, we can, but we don't. And usually if we do get them, they come over the hill and in Duluth, and they go over us, and then they touch down in the lake. So we don't really get affected by them other than, you know, some high winds or whatever. We don't usually get affected by them if they do come.
That's good.
But like the last one that went overhead, the last tornado, I was a little kid. I mean, like, we're talking like 8 years old or something like that. Really, really little. Yeah. And it went overhead. It didn't even, it just the wind picked up and blew the plastic goose off my dad's garage that he put up there to bug the neighbor. Mm-hmm. And that was all that happened.
Kathy?
Yeah.
We might have to deal with the occasional hurricane, the occasional tornado, but it doesn't get down to 32 degrees below zero and stay there for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Or 3 weeks.
Or you have to stay indoor because you can't get out with snow drift in your yard.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'd much rather deal with that than hurricanes or tornadoes.
I don't know.
The chainsaws and all that and water boots.
Well, I will say this though, like with a hurricane, like, well, you're down in Louisiana, Glenn. I mean, what do you have to deal with a hurricane? Maybe like a bad one once every 5 years. Every winter we have to deal with the cold weather. Every single winter.
Next week I'll go get 5 gallons of gas and keep it for my generator for backup.
Mr. Sadie,
ethanol gas, it's just hard to find that.
Yeah.
Mr. Sadie says, I'm tired of water. You got that new boat, dude.
Yeah. I don't know if y'all saw my pictures I put on Facebook in 2016, but I had 2 foot of water in front of my business.
Oh, wow.
But luckily the water was, like probably 10 foot, 15 foot from the door, but it would have been another 2 inches higher.
Are you Baton Rouge?
Yeah, I'm Baton Rouge. Baton Rouge got hit bad in 2016. And that parts of Baton Rouge got never flooded. I mean, there were airboats down the street from me, going, 6 foot of water down the road. I could hear them, but I never did see them. But I mean, neighborhoods, car dealerships, totally underwater.
Yeah.
Mr. Sadie, I don't want to bring up bad memories, but did you not lose a house a few years ago in a flood? Mr. Sadie lives over in Missouri.
And doesn't he live close to the Mississippi River, I think?
Yeah, I was thinking that he had lost a house in the flood.
Yeah. Well, maybe all the flooding from the backwater. If it was the Mississippi River from my shop, the crows fly maybe a mile less than 2 miles.
Yeah.
So if that levee ever went kaplooey, Baton Rouge would be underwater. All of Baton Rouge.
Well, so we had that one in 2011 when they had that real bad ice and snow up there, and it flooded down here, and our levee broke. They closed down the casinos I worked at.
Right. 2011 was the last year the Morganza Spillway opened up. It only opened up 3 times in the history, and the third time is going to be next week. You know, now the other spillway in New Orleans opened up quite a few times, but the Morganza was only open 3 times. This would be the third time in history. I think it was built in the 40s, maybe.
Wow.
And like I said, 2011 was the last time it opened, and I think 2011 was a bad flood for pretty much the South, you know, as far as
It was.
Mississippi, Missouri, and Louisiana and all that. But
So Greenville right now is completely just about underwater. All the farmlands and stuff are pretty much just drowned it out.
Yeah.
You know, it's gotten bad there. So
Yeah.
but they're closer to the Mississippi River too.
We don't have like flooding here, but like our water table is all real high. All the swamp, like there's a swamp like on the piece of property I still own. That's the neighbor's swamp, but it's so full of water it's running over ours, and it's where the snowmobile trail goes through. So the snowmobile signs, you can't even see them; they're all underwater. So I know that water in the middle of that swamp's at least 5.5 feet deep.
Wow.
And I've never seen water that high here as long as I've owned the property.
Another thing up here, I can go and be hot out, and I can be like, I want to go swimming. I can go jump in a lake. I don't have to worry about what's in it.
Like,
I like to swim in a pool.
I don't have alligators. I don't have poisonous snakes. I don't have water moccasins. I don't have to shake my shoes out before I put them on.
Even in Florida, you know, your night pools and neighborhoods, you do not jump in a pool at nighttime. You always turn the lights on.
Exactly.
Out because they said that people have jumped in at nighttime and died. You know, it doesn't happen a lot, but you know.
Yeah. See, I can go jump in any body of water I want.
But what about the killer muskies you got up there?
Shut up.
You're the one who showed me that article. You're the one who told me that there were killer muskies up there, and you made me look into it. They're like Jaws up there. Oh, man,
I didn't say that the muskies were killer. It was a news article about a girl who got bit by a muskie.
Man, you should have saw the big dead muskie we saw at that boathouse at that caretaking job. That thing was huge. I mean, the head on it was really big. It was a good sized muskie.
But
Nikki, those sand dollars. If you swim in Lake Superior, those sand dollars will swim right in your mouth and clog up your throat. You'll choke on them.
Shut up, Jim.
You better turn on the lights.
How was I supposed to know there were
dollars?
Yeah. Nikki's got to swim with a baseball bat.
We love you, Nikki.
How was I supposed to know my aunt was planting them in Lake Michigan for me to find? I didn't know. I didn't know what a sand dollar was.
Yeah, Nikki can jump in any lake, but she doesn't tell you she carries a baseball bat with her to beat off muskies and sand dollars.
Yeah.
Nikki.
I don't worry about the muskies.
Nikki, have you actually been to the ocean?
Yeah, I pulled my semi over in Malibu, right on Highway 101 or 10, whatever it's called, right there in Malibu. I pulled my semi over and went over to the ocean.
I forgot that you drove. For some reason, I forgot that you drove the truck, and I knew you'd been to California. I was just wondering.
I rented a car one time when I was in Oregon and went to the Oregon coast and almost got stung by a jellyfish. I almost stepped on one.
Oh, yeah. That Lothar, I hope I'm saying it right, saying that he's got a bunch of bears up there. Me and Jim were just going somewhere to pick something up, like, I don't know, last weekend, and a bear cub almost ran in front of our car. He was so cute. I'm like, what the hell is that little thing? I don't know where his mama was. It was a little black bear cub. He was maybe the size of a Cocker Spaniel.
Yeah, I thought it was like a Labrador puppy. I thought it was a black lab puppy.
Jim was going to get out of the car and say, come on, puppy, but he didn't do it this time.
I hope his mom didn't get shot or something.
Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah.
And the bear, they're in our yard more than the pets are. I mean, the bear are up here. They're not a big deal. They're more scared of you than you are of them. They don't bother you.
Well, I don't encourage them to come in my yard. I know an idiot who was feeding them pans of donuts, and I'm like, you're an idiot. he had this like porch roof that was kind of low. So he liked to see the bear stand on his hind legs to reach the pan of donuts off the roof and pull it down to eat it. And I'm like, you know what? One of these days you're gonna be gone and there ain't gonna be no pan of donuts, and that bear's gonna go in your house. And they never go out the same way they come in, and they shit all over your house when they're in there.
Well, sometimes they like, if you leave your garbage out or whatever, they like to come and get your garbage. But
Yeah.
we haven't had any bear at our house. They've been down at the other end of the road, but they've never actually been to our house because we have dogs. So.
Yeah, probably keeps them away pretty good too.
We have coyotes. The coyotes sound like they're in my backyard. I mean, they're off in the distance, but they sound like they're in my backyard. But again, they don't come into your yard because I have dogs, you know, so I don't have any problem with them either.
They come in my yard. Jim shoots everyone he can, and they aren't even scared of the dogs.
Mine's the one.
They're real brazen. Too tame.
So a coyote's actually worse than a wolf because wolves kill because they need food, but coyotes, they say a lot of times it's kill to kill, you know.
Gray wolves up here could be bad. I mean, I've seen them where they'll have like up here in the bad snow years, like we have this lake called the Rainbow Flowage. They had some wolves over there, and they'll get those deer yarded up in that deep snow, and they'll just kill every single one of them.
Yeah.
Up in the Smoky Mountains, we have a lot of black bear, and we used to camp at a camp when I was little, like 5 or 6. So that's been a long time ago. We camped at a place called Grandfather Mountain, and Grandfather Mountain's still there. They've got the mile-high swinging bridge, which is creepy as hell. But anyway, they have a nice campground there, and we were camping up there one weekend, and we all went to bed. And this was back when we slept in a canvas tent that had the aluminum pole structure on the outside. You know what I'm talking about? And my dad and a couple of other men were sitting by a campfire, and one of the park rangers walked up, and he sat down with them, which was not, I mean, it was common for him to come in and just start talking. And he pointed over to our tent, and a black bear was walking alongside of it, and he just laid down right beside our tent. And then in a minute, he got up and left. And I mean, that was common. And you put food up at night. You put it in your cars because they would trash a igloo cooler in any minute. Only back them days they were made out of metal.
Yeah.
But now you go up there and you'll see black bear everywhere.
Highway Hunter's Ryan Road.
Or even down here, you see a black bear every once in a while. They had one, I guess, about a year ago in one of our neighborhoods in central Louisiana. Well, when I say central, I'm at the town next to Baton Rouge.
I don't know. It's all Avenue.
That and black panthers.
And I know recently I've sounded like I'm getting paid to promote North Carolina, South Carolina by the state government because I keep saying you need to go so and so, and you need to go so and so. Mr. Sadie said that when they got flooded out in 2016, that the water was up to the gutters.
Oh yeah,
that is terrible.
Yeah,
I remember when Mr. Sadie had that flood. I remember I was watching his videos at the time, and yeah, that was crazy. I felt so bad for him.
32 pounds.
But those people in Louisiana, they live in a fishbowl. They know they live in a fishbowl, yet they will not leave.
Yeah,
and
Lonnie too. That was at the same time Lonnie was flooded out too, and
yeah.
And I think Glenn, yours came up to the door, but that was about it, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it was like 15 foot from the door, basically. But like behind the building, another 2 inches would have been, creeping in. But back, I mean, before even the flood, I went and like put silicone between the brick and the building, I guess, and all that. So if any like moisture, whatever, get in, that's from like before the flood ever happened. But the water was coming in different directions, like I said, our property was built up. It could have been across the street. It would have been 2 foot of water in the building.
Man, I'll tell about I think it was like 5 or 6 years ago, we had a big flood. And and it was because all the water came down the hill and flooded out Duluth. That was before that. We used to laugh when those flash flood warnings would come across the TV. Everybody would just laugh because Duluth is on a hill, you know, so we never get flooding. And so, I mean, every time flash flooding warnings come, we're like, yeah, right, okay, whatever. But that one year we did get flash flooding, and it was really bad. I mean, it was devastating here for a lot of people, especially the people that lived on the river. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, last year we had some flooding that washed out some roads in Wisconsin, but it wasn't anything like you guys had. You know,
it rained like for 3 days nonstop, like 72, 75 hours nonstop.
Yeah.
Here.
You know,
like what, 20 inches of rain, something like that.
The part of the state that I'm in is not flat. So
here,
we have a lot of creeks and things like that. And people that live along the creeks and branches, and they're the ones that get flooded out.
Yeah.
My parents lived on Lake Wiley. They had a house on the shore of Lake Wiley. And the insurance company insisted that he get homeowners association, flood insurance, blah, blah, blah.
That's expensive.
And my dad is a land surveyor. He said, if our house floods, you're going to have bigger problems than that, because that means about 15 feet of water is going across the Lake Wiley Dam, which is probably going to knock it out, and it's going to create a cascade effect because it's going to take out Lake Wateree and the Great Falls, the lake down at Lake Marion. You're going to have a big problem on your hands. You don't need to worry about our little old house. And he had to have an engineering study done to show that the house was not in a floodplain, even though it was on the lake. So you got a lot of people that's sitting in these insurance offices that don't know what the hell they're doing. They're just they have a this is a procedure, and you meet that, and you need to have flood insurance. Mm-hmm. Now, people like along the Mississippi and down in Louisville and
it's all the other
area. I know you got to have it down there because water covers everything when it gets away from you.
Our house, when I lived down by Milwaukee, our house was in a floodplain. We had 1.5 acres, but our house was kind of up on a hill. We didn't have flood insurance. But anyway, this river that we were on would flood up. It was kind of cool. I know this is off subject, but the carp would come up in your lawn, and then they'd eat in your grass, while the water was high. Actually, it was kind of cool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're just like cows. They're just swimming around, like, digging in the grass. And then when the water recedes, the grass would be, like, all tore up and everything, or they were in there rooting around.
Well, that'd be kind of neat to see.
Yeah, just kind of cool.
What was eating your grass?
Carp.
Oh, carp.
Huh. Beat them upside the head and take some kids.
Like red horse.
I was watching. Lothar's been talking about Canada and everything up there. I was watching this thing. It's in Canada, and it's about a railroad. I don't remember what the show was, but there's these people that live out in the middle of nowhere, and they would put flags up to let the trains know that they needed them to stop so they could get on board.
Oh.
And I mean, they didn't have power. A lot of them had solar panels and backup generators, but it was like 12 feet of snow on the ground.
Yeah.
No.
You mean you never had like if you're like in the old days when my DirecTV dish was in the yard and then it would be all full of snow and it's like you couldn't get any TV, and then my mom would go, "Will you please brush the dish off?" And then you'd have to trudge through the snow that was like up to your crotch in order to wade through and try to get the snow off the dish. You never had to deal with anything like that, Tom? Is that what you're telling me?
Exactly.
Never had to deal with that. Never had to deal with that. Not at all.
I remember one time we woke up the next morning and the snow was drifted into our driveway so bad we had to walk down the driveway. We had to have my niece come and pick us up because we couldn't get the plow going. And so we had to have my niece come and pick us up at the end of our driveway, and we were walking through waist deep snow, trying to get down our long driveway. Oh my God, that was such a horrible walk. Oh, horrible. We were already stuck in our driveway for like a day, and then we ended up having my niece come and pick us up, and we walked out the driveway so that we could get out and bring one of the plow trucks home to plow into the driveway so we could get the damn snow going out of the driveway. It was terrible.
Nope.
I was in a blizzard in Beaver Dam, not up here, way down in Beaver Dam by Milwaukee. They had a blizzard in the early 90s. I lived in an upstairs apartment. I walked down the stairs. I opened up the insulated door, and there's a storm door. The snow is all the way up to the screen door windows. So I had to take this window out of the screen door, jump through the window to get out the door because the door was sealed shut from the snow. I mean, there was like over 3 feet of snow on the ground.
Oh.
Somehow get my pickup truck. They had plowed the driveway, so I was able to get my pickup truck out and into the mall where I worked. Of course, I was there an hour and they closed it. I couldn't. Now my truck can't get out because there's too much snow. It's totally snowed in. The next day when somebody drove me there to go get my truck, they had taken a front end loader and plowed around my truck. The snow, though, you could see where it was. It was up to my door handles. That's how much snow fell in a less than 24-hour period. It was even up here we get a lot of snow here. I've never seen a freaking blizzard. That was the one you got stuck in.
Yeah. It's funny because I'm in high school and I lived probably about a half hour south of Beaver Dam.
I was dating her on and off.
Yeah, he's married with a baby, but we were still dating. Anyway, I'm a senior in high school, and I'm like, yeah, there's no way we're gonna have school. My high school stayed open. I'm like, what? And I was naughty, so I was like, no, you're going to school today. I'm like, come on, there's going to be like nobody there. She drops me off at school. We have this freak beginning of May blizzard down there. And I slip and I fall on the sidewalk in a big puddle of slush, and the whole back of my pants is wet. So I turn around. She's going down the driveway, just giving her. And I'm like, hey, wait. Didn't stop. And I had to sit at school all day with those soaking wet pants.
Man.
You know,
Yeah.
I was caught in a blizzard.
I had to ride the bus.
How the hell did the bus get through?
I don't know. They did it. There was like nobody there. It was ridiculous.
I was caught
Maybe
in a blizzard trying to get home one day, and I had to just slow down to 60 miles an hour. I couldn't drive 70.
Oh my God. That's horrible.
Well, we got like this past February. This is when we got all the snow up here. So I think the month of February we got something like 60 inches of snow where I live. In the town I live is Eagle River. I can probably name off about 10 or 12 buildings that fell down from snow load.
Oh.
Yeah, the Burger King fell in Rylander. A whole bunch of pole barns fell up here, like ones that were storing goats and everything. A lot of buildings fell here.
All these stories of the youth makes me think of this thing I saw on PBS years and years ago. It was all these old country western singers are sitting around a table drinking coffee, and Randy Travis was also there. So you got all these guys that are like 70 years old, and Randy Travis was probably in his 20s at the time. And they're talking about, we didn't have plumbing in the house. We had to go out to an outhouse. And, each one of these old guys is like, we didn't have plumbing in our house. We didn't have running water in our house. We didn't have electricity. And he gets to Randy Travis, and he said, well, we didn't get cable until I was like 30 years old or something. Because that was the worst he had ever experienced, with no cable.
We got a 2-car garage here where we keep our eBay inventory. Now, we don't own it anymore. Jim was looking at it, like, I got to shovel that thing off. And he slowly shoveled it off, going back and forth, so you didn't shovel off too much snow on one side and make it fall. And he said he raised it up at least like 5 inches. That's how much it was down.
In the middle.
The middle.
It had to be terrible. I mean, really terrible to live back up in that area before automobiles.
But there was nobody lived here then.
There was no, even if you did live here, honestly, when I was a kid, even in the early 70s, there was nowhere to go anyway. You got out of bed, there ain't nobody's got a job. I mean, yeah, some of the people worked, but like in the winter, most people were laid off. I mean, you worked like 4 or 5 months a year because in the winter, I mean, there was just no jobs. I mean, it was really, snowmobiles weren't big yet. There just was no industry. We're a tourist town but our tourism season's only in the summer. In the wintertime, there's just nowhere to go. Most people just said screw it, and they didn't go into town for 4 or 5 days until they finally got the roads cleared and stuff.
Oh, that guy says he's been to Eagle River, Wisconsin. He's from Canada. Is Manitoba right above us, or?
I don't know, but it goes from cold to colder. A friend of mine lives up in Minnesota somewhere. Have no idea where. They went on vacation. Well, they had to fly to South Carolina during the winter. His wife left her white Volkswagen sitting in the driveway. When they got back, they couldn't find the Volkswagen, so they reported it stolen. About springtime, his wife Fant was in China. She called him and said, "I found we found the Volkswagen." And he said, "Where was it at?" She said, "The snow had slid it down the driveway, and it was sitting in a low spot and just snowed over. And because it was white, they didn't see it." And I'm thinking that right then, it's like, you people are crazy to live up north. But we don't want you to come down here. I know you love it up there. We wouldn't dare to think that.
Yeah, I'm done with it here. I sold my property.
You still got a little piece up there.
I do, and I'll sell that when I'm done. We got 2 little pieces, and I'll sell them when I'm done.
You sure you don't want to keep it for a vacation home?
No, I'm not going to come back up on vacation.
Oh, like, I'm good. I'm out. See you.
I don't know what I would do up here. I mean, I don't snowmobile anymore, so I'm not going to come up here and snowmobile in the winter. And my boats are all down in Kentucky, so I'm not going to come up here and boat. So I don't even know what the hell else I'd do here.
Yeah.
I guess look at chipmunks or whatever. That'd be about it.
Go to auction. Go for auctions.
That's a long ways to drive back to an auction, 800 miles.
Yeah.
Oh, Valerie made it.
Yeah, I was looking at the map.
Valerie.
Somebody told me where you live at now, and I knew where you're moving to. And I'm thinking to myself, damn, that's a long ways to go. And for as many trips as Jim has made.
Right through. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So is Brent, when you go down there, well, Brandon's finished with school now, isn't he?
No, not till the 7th.
Okay. So your next trip down there, is he just planning on staying and let y'all come back?
No, I don't think he'll stay there by himself. No, he's Mr. Wimpy that way. He wouldn't stay. No, I gotta take those 3 horses down. Then I'm gonna drop those horses off, and then I'll have to come back up here and take my horses down.
It's and then you got to go back up and get your horses and take down there.
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yeah. Yep.
So
I got some stuff parked on the piece of land we kept. Like, I'll have to come up here and get my tractor, but I can park that on the land I own. You know, I got some stuff like that I'll have to get. So we'll be coming back and forth. I'm sure most of the summer we'll be coming back and forth.
Yeah. Well, you'd be glad to get it done, though.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to move again for a while now. It'll be at least another 20 years.
Stay in for a while, thank you.
Yeah.
Get used to me.
Well, yo, it's 10:30.
Yeah.
9:30 here.
9:30 here.
9:30.
Yeah.
Well, the point is that we've been yakking for 2 hours. If y'all
Oh, Deb, I thought you was in New York. Yeah, isn't it like 10:30 there now?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you said 9:30.
No, that was Kathy.
Okay.
Yeah, Kathy lives in your time zone.
Yeah.
The real time zone.
Whatever.
Jim and Tara are getting ready to move to the real.
Yeah, we're going to be Eastern.
Well, how far are you from Memphis? You know, like the line.
About 5 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, we're right. I mean, we can just drive out of our house, and about 5 minutes we'll be there.
Okay.
To Memphis?
Yeah. Depending on traffic.
That's kind of a dodgy area up there nowadays, isn't it?
It's getting that way. It's getting worse.
I think when I go to the Nashville meetup, I'm going to cut through Tuscaloosa. Is it that way or the Memphis way? You know, it's the same distance.
Yeah, either way. A lot of people don't like to go through Memphis because it's too congested.
Mm.
That's right, Mr. Sadie. 9:30 where it matters.
Yeah. Oh, everybody's gonna be gone tomorrow, Deb, so you can.
Yes.
She's ready.
I'll
You
be
and the
able to
puppy can get stuff done.
I won't be interrupted.
And Kathy and Marcel don't have the babies.
Yep.
Tomorrow is Friday. I don't know why I keep thinking tomorrow is Saturday because I thought today was Friday. I don't know why I'm all messed up this week.
No.
What about garage sales for anybody? They going to hit any tomorrow?
We
I
might.
don't really have anything. There ain't much going on around here for garage sales on Friday. I think I'm gonna go to an auction on Saturday.
They're only about 7, but I'm only going to hit 2 of them before 8 o'clock, you know, on the way to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, we usually our garage sales are usually like Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, we don't have
Like
any.
a robin's egg blue.
I did hit one estate sale on the way right down the road from me, on the way from leaving work to here, but I didn't have nothing there.
Yeah. There's a estate sale about a mile down the road from me on Saturday, but I still think I might go to that auction on Saturday instead.
Yeah, this is like a 4-day estate. I think Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Oh yeah, see, ours are only like 2 days here. She starts them on Saturday and ends them on Sunday.
Yeah. But usually the Thursday one, the opening days, or even when they do it on Friday, usually it's like at 3:30. Well, actually, it was 4:30 to 7. They do it kind of late the first day.
Yeah.
It's I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, because we have the crazy rules about having to have a permit for yard sales, and you can only have 4 permits a year. People usually do. They usually do the yard sales on Saturdays, and just Saturdays.
Yeah.
That town I live gonna be living in Kentucky, they got one of those highway sales. I think it's like Highway 68. It goes all the way like from over there, like in Western Kentucky or something. It comes all the way up here where I live and all the way up towards Cincinnati.
Yeah, I think Liz may have sent that to me. I think I may know where
There's
that.
a big sale coming up in Tennessee next week or in a couple of weeks.
Oh, they have one too, don't they?
Yeah.
I know Lonnie and all them are going up for that.
Yeah, they got that. They actually have a Facebook site on the one in Kentucky. I think it's called the Highway 68. Anyway, it goes right through that town that I'm going to be living in.
Are you going to?
Well, I don't know when it is.
Yeah, Highway 68. It's June 6th through the 9th.
Oh.
I'll send it to you.
I don't know if I'll be there. No, I won't because Brandon goes to school till the 7th, but Jim might be there. But he'll probably be busy.
I'll send it to you just in case you're interested in going. Or if you get a chance or.
Just think next year y'all can set you up a little.
No. I don't have yard sales.
No. You just say what it was and then no.
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 She knew.
Yard selling
Yeah,
is
no
hard.
way, Wasabi, no way. I let Jim have one yard sale here, and it'll never happen again. It's never again. I'll sell the stuff a different way. I don't mind running a sale as long as it isn't on the place I live.
Yeah.
Because everybody wants to buy all your good stuff that you don't want to sell.
Oh, how much for a concrete statue? How much for that tractor? How much for this? No. See, and if I'm on a different site, I'm in a controlled environment. This is the stuff for sale, and that's it. That's the way I like it.
Do you have more stuff in the house?
Yeah, nobody would ever. You would never get in my house. Never in 1,000 years.
Yeah.
If you're just some random person, like, oh yeah, you got anything in your house? You know, video games or whatever. I'd be like, get the F out of here. What the hell are you talking about? Or like, I have to go to the bathroom. Well, you should have planned that out before you came in my yard. Then, if I don't know you,
yeah,
you better go around the corner.
I think I'm gonna have to start scoping out the concrete yard ornaments
God.
around here and seeing if
there's
getting a
there's
damn
an
truckload of
auction.
them and take them up north because they apparently like those concrete yard ornaments up there.
They have a Wednesday night auction that has a ton of concrete statues, and I'm probably gonna have to go to it.
So good.
Yeah, just because I can't help myself.
Jim has his pictures with the boobs showing, and she has to have her a couple of concrete.
Jim's got concrete statues too. I'm not the one who buys topless mermaids for the yard. Thank you.
He's got to throw his in there every once in a while.
But she has all the horse pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's tomorrow's topic going to be tomorrow for the MF show?
I don't know yet.
No, we was talking. No, because of what Mueller said. The Mueller.
Yeah, we got.
Yeah, which was like a whole lot of nothing. Okay.
Yeah, a whole lot of nothing. That
Same thing he said in the damn.
But the Democrats, if they want to hissy fit.
It'll be 7:30 or 8 o'clock. I mean, last time I think it was 7:30, right?
7:30. Yeah, it'll be 7:30 Central real time.
I'll be going through my newspaper. I'll do the New York news.
Yeah.
Who else did you say you were going to talk about?
Well, we have.
I don't think there is anybody else to talk about.
Yeah, probably not.
We have a sheriff. Our sheriff is not cooperating with the like ICE and all those different groups.
Hmm.
And he
Are you a sanctuary city?
No.
Oh.
He released. There's a big article in the paper about he released a guy that had 5 assaults. He had assaulted his wife 5 times, had restraining orders against him, yet he was here illegally.
Wow.
And he just let him out on the street. So people are not taking to that too well.
No.
So I thought I'd throw that out there tomorrow night with some more details.
Oh,
maybe tomorrow night too. I know like Georgia with that abortion bill and all that, all the actors are bitching about, but we're not going to film our TV.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, we decided in Louisiana. I mean, they left on other reasons, but we just signed a bill for like the 6-week deal, no abortions after 6 weeks or something, and all that. And we used to be Hollywood of the South. I mean, if y'all didn't know that, for a long time. I mean, we had like crows fly a mile back this way. We got probably 4 giant or bigger than that, about 8 giant studio buildings. We had those big like movie lot buildings like you see in California, a mile behind them.
Now. Does that have to do with anything? I mean, that doesn't have to do with business. That's for damn sure. I mean, why are you going to do that to a state? Because of something that you can either believe in or don't believe in. It doesn't matter. You're not having babies there. You're not having babies.
Like I said, but all the Louisiana ones went, like I said, down to Georgia. Now I guess they can go back to California. You know.
Yeah. Stay there. You know, fuck off.
Well, it's a dangerous slope when you start doing stuff like that, because then you'll have people on the other side that believe in these abortion laws like Georgia is passing and that, and they're like, you know what? I'm not going to buy movie tickets to these companies that made these movies. Or was it Netflix or something that does filming in Georgia? It wasn't AMC. I thought Jim said it was Netflix. You'll have people that will be so upset about it, they're not going to buy the Netflix subscription because this is a morality thing for them. So you're going to have you'll have people that'll stop spending their money with you.
Oh.
I mean, it's a slippery slope when you start doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
AMC does film in Georgia because they do The Walking Dead in Georgia.
Yeah, but for some reason, I thought when Jim said it, and I didn't look it up. I thought he said it was Netflix, and I know they have some of their own original shows too. So I don't know if it was them that said it or not.
I had a very liberal friend of a friend of mine, you know, said to say because of South Carolina and North Carolina's take on stuff, that's the reason we don't do it. They don't do any filming in North Carolina and South Carolina anymore. Because they made a couple of movies that was supposed to be taking place in South Carolina that was actually filmed in Vancouver. And I told him, I said, let's get something straight here, because I do follow this crap. They go, Hollywood films in Canada because it's a lot cheaper up there, and they don't have to pay their lighting people and their sound people as much money as they do down here.
Not as unionized up there.
So, you know, I don't want to hear it. They're taking advantage of the situation. And frankly, it costs a lot of money to have to deal with that crap.
You know, honestly, if you had, like, let's say, like a Christian movie studio or like somebody that is pro-life movie studio, if they made an announcement, we're not going to film in California anymore because, you know, they have loose abortion laws, it would never even make the news.
Oh, no.
Yes, you know, that stuff makes the news right away.
Yeah.
I guess maybe because the other one would be such a minority. I don't know.
Are you talking about Netflix?
Yeah, it's Netflix that says they're not going to film in Georgia, you said, right?
Netflix should form public policy.
Oh, okay.
Make good movies. They should run the country.
Okay.
What the hell happened to Jim? Or is he being sarcastic?
He's being sarcastic.
Richard just slapped the shit out of him one time, Kathy. Kathy, reach over there and slap him one time.
Sure.
Tara, reach over there and slap him one
Yeah,
time.
he's just being sarcastic. He always says stupid stuff like that. He's being sarcastic.
It's just ironic that this stuff gets it becomes polished.
Okay, I don't want it to get political, but part of the thing is when you start letting states pass their own laws, even if they're illegal, even if the federal government does not agree with that law, it is, again, a slippery slope because you'll have other states that will do, and I agree with it, like Georgia, where whatever it is, you can't have an abortion after so many weeks. It's not like the heartbeat bill, but you'll have voter bases that these are important policies for them. So now it's like, well, federal government ain't going to do anything. I'm going to pass this. This is state law, and that's my argument. Is like Colorado with the marijuana. It's still illegal federally. I know the states passed it, but that's what's going to happen on other laws. You'll have this happen with guns. You'll have a very liberal state will pass a lot stricter gun law over the top of what the federal would be. And California's already done that.
Yeah, except you don't do stem cell research on guns.
True.
Stem cells come from a certain place where you don't want the supply to dry up.
Yeah.
But usually the ones that are trying to stop it are usually the biggest gun runners, too.
What'd you say?
Kennedy's back in the day, I mean, the 40s and 30s, they were gun runners.
Yeah.
So they can do whatever they want to. Criminals don't care about your laws. They never did. They're going to get guns.
It's all about money. Yeah.
They make them. They make them in prison out of crap that they get.
Oh my God! There's a really good show on Netflix though. You should watch. Okay, now what the hell is it called? Jailbirds? Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
No, ma'am.
I don't have Netflix.
Okay, well, anybody that does, but anyway, I think it's called Jailbirds. It's like a documentary series on it. Honestly, you should watch it. It's really good. But anyway, so they have this prison system, or it's in California, like Sacramento or something. The women are on like one floor, let's say the third floor, and the men are up in the fifth floor. And it amazes me because I would never think of this. They figured out how to communicate with the men by using the toilet. They knock on the toilet, they flush the toilet, they cup all the water out of the toilet, and then they put like rolled up paper into the toilet. So they use it as like like a microphone, so they can talk now to the men upstairs, and they have like these like direct lines to the cells up there, you know, where they're talking like dirty to each other. I mean, because I'm like, oh my God, I feel like an idiot because, well, I wouldn't do it because that would gross me out. But the other thing is, I just would never think of something like that. You know what I mean? It just is amazing.
It's
anyway.
a potty line.
Yeah. I mean, but no, I'm serious. Tom, you need to watch this. It is really amazing. Because I'm like, I cannot believe this.
Do you boys want a potty? Call a potty line.
Right. You know,
1-900
have
flush.
party lines. $1.49 a minute or something like that.
Yeah, no, if you have Netflix, watch it. It's called Jailbirds. It's really interesting. Just because I'm like, how do these people think of that? Because I would never think of that. And they like knock, they do something to send a signal down that they want to talk on the toilet upstairs, and then they have to do this. And then they get where like they pass stuff through the toilets to each other. So they fish this line. Like to pass notes, they tie it on, they flush it down the toilet, and the other guy fishes it out through his toilet. I mean, honestly, it's kind of amazing. So,
not 3 times.
yeah. I can tell you this: I ain't fishing no love letters through the toilet, and then sometimes like some poop comes through or something. I'm like, oh my good grief! I mean, but they'll just be fishing those notes out. I mean, it's really, you need to watch it. Yeah.
I'll give you 30 minutes of dirty talk for a pair of Nikes.
And then like the guys upstairs will get mad. Like if the girls will stop talking to them, they get mad. So then they make it so they flush a bunch of stuff down the toilet because the women are downstairs from them, so that all the toilets overflow and flood out their like cell blocks with like toilet water and poo and stuff.
The bitches.
I mean, it was really interesting. I know it's totally off subject, but it's a really interesting documentary.
Lord have mercy. That's funny. Don't forget, Valerie has her show in the morning.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
Good night, everyone.
I'm going to bed. I had enough of the toilet.
Don't forget, she has her show in the morning at
usually 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yep, 8 a.m.
8 o'clock Central.
Has their show.
And then MFR Productions has their show tomorrow night at 7:30
Central.
I've just about got things set up so I can have a little scrolling bar across my screen that says, like y'all show and Chick Picker show.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Like OBS, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Does Valerie have a thing rolling across the bottom of her screen now? I haven't been on the morning show in a while.
I don't either.
I said I'm working on it. Yeah, Kathy's actually doing work or something.
I'll watch your video tonight, Mr. Stady. I'll go to bed with you. I'll watch it.
Excuse me?
Mr. Stady says, if you want to laugh, check out my video. And I said, I will. I'll watch it tonight, Mr. Stady. I'll go to bed with you. Because I watch my laptop before I fall asleep. Jim's like, oh, that's a weird thing.
I'm right here.
Well, okay then.
Mr. Stady turned around to his wife and says, I think I'm getting lucky tonight.
So, Kathy, is that sweet tea or what?
This lady's going to take me to bed with her.
Yeah, sweet tea. I gotta have sweet tea.
I stopped drinking tea after 5 o'clock because if not, I'm wild.
I thought she was drinking like some Merlot or something.
No, sweet tea.
Yeah, that glass was like not very much in it a while ago, so she must be on 3rd glass by now.
Yeah, I only get small glasses, so I like my sweet tea. That's my moderation. I wish it was Marlowe, but no.
With all the meds that you're on, no, ma'am.
Do what?
I said, with all the meds that you're on, no, ma'am.
Oh,
all right, Father Todd.
No, right?
Did you say I sound like her mother?
See, I do cheers. Cheers to sweet tea. It's either that or put it in this big old glass, and then I'd have about 3 of those, and that'd be nope.
Then she goes to the bathroom all night. And can't sleep because she's constantly getting up and out of bed.
Well, that's my water one throughout the day. So at nighttime, I have a few of these, my sweet tea. So that's my little bit of caffeine I have.
Well, guys, I appreciate y'all coming in tonight, and the ones that's still in the audience that we haven't run off. We want to thank y'all for coming in too. If you want to take a minute and to check out any channels that you're not already supporting, take a minute and do that. And I guess it's I keep seeming to have more people come in here that I've headhunted. Y'all might be picking up some subscribers.
Oh,
Y'all have any new people in the show, or
I would like to get Beth in here and just some other people in here too.
Yeah,
on the show.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'd be good.
And I've been talking, and y'all tell me what you think about this. I've been talking to some collectors. Some of them, a couple of guys collect those pop tops or whatever they're called, the little figures, something pops.
yeah.
Something.
And about coming on and talking about, well, they come on and talk about ones that they're looking for, or, you know, how you figure out which ones are really collectible, or you think they might be collectible, or something of that sort. You know, haven't worked out the details on it, but. And then there's a couple of guys that collect vintage fishing equipment, like lures and things like that. So if nothing else, I was hoping I could get a couple of wish lists off of them.
Yeah.
Try to put some really value into people that come in the show and watch, you know. Hopefully they get a little bit of information out of it. But, you know, one guy, one of the pop guys, he's like really interested in doing it because he's got a long list of ones that he's looking for. And if nothing else, you know, which I told him, I said, you know, you're going to have to expect to pay market value. And he's like, I don't care about paying market value. I just want to be able to find the thing. And if I got a bunch of people out there looking, you know, that would help him find the ones he wants. So I said, well, that's good. You're not going to beat people to death about money. But he also said, you know, don't get carried away with it. You know, a reasonable market price on it. So anyway, I'm looking at those ends too. Mr. Sadie, I haven't fished in probably 5 or 6 years. I used to fish all the time because I lived on the lake. And I had a little boat. I would come home from work. I would grab a sandwich or two and a pop and run down the hill with my fishing gear and get in my boat and go fish for a couple of hours.
That's southern. That's east southern.
What's that?
Pop. Yeah, we don't say
when
pop.
I was growing up, that's what I used to call soda.
It's Coke.
Yeah,
Coke.
Yeah, but how do you call it Coke if it's not Coke? What if you're drinking root beer? You don't call it Coke.
No, you call it root beer. You call it Coke, Pepsi. You call it what it is. A pop is I'll put it in the mouth.
Yeah.
But sometimes
I don't
down
call
here,
soda pop either. I'll call it soda.
I used to call it pop.
Like,
Yeah,
bring the Cokes to the event, you know.
Yeah.
Not necessarily Coca-Cola brand, but, you know, different flavors, I guess.
Do you say stuff like, we're going to go get a drink from the bubbler?
No.
What?
I haven't heard that.
Do you know what a bubbler is? You're from Chicago, Marcel.
No, we've never gotten anything out of a bubbler.
A bubbler is a water fountain.
I was from Chicago and I didn't know what it was.
Really? Maybe that's from a Milwaukee thing. That's a water fountain. Is a bubbler.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm in Catholic school in this new town when my parents moved me up to here, and with this really incredibly mean nun. Okay, so I mean, this is my first week of school. It really sucks. I hate this place. I have this psychotic nun as my teacher. You know, I just want to go back to Chicago. I want to go back to Ogden Elementary. So she goes, okay, now we're all going to line up the bubbler in the hallway. I'm like, a bubbler? Oh, bubbles and stuff. Well, that sounds like fun. Well, maybe this place isn't so bad. So we all line up. I'm at the back of the line. We're slowly moving. You know, these kids are doing something in front. Finally, I look over at the kids in front of me shoulder to see what they're doing. They're taking a drink out of the crappy old water fountain. That's what these Wisconsin people call a water fountain. They call it a bubbler.
Yeah, I've never heard it called that.
Oh yeah, and it was. You remember those old water fountains? They were porcelain, and it was that
white. Yeah, I
warm
remember those.
tap water that had been sitting in the pipes for about a year.
Yeah.
You know, when you drink it, it tastes like you're drinking out of a rusty old garbage can.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I know those.
Anyway,
I had a
Well,
garden.
listen, guys, y'all have a
Hey,
great
Tom's
night.
got this
Thank y'all for
girlfriend.
tuning in.
Okay, good night.
And y'all don't have to go anyplace right yet. But everybody in the chat, thank you for coming in. I appreciate it.
Everybody else.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I gotta go home, but you can't stay here.
was-
Night.